I'll just update the name when I can and later. Well, we're live now, so welcome everyone. Wait, maybe we should check the videos on the channel because I can't go to YouTube right now because I'm on the phone. So
Yeah,
can
I'm
you?
checking now. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you see
Oops.
it?
Accidentally went onto your channel. Yeah, I see it. It's live now and it's working. Yeah, it's
Cute.
working now.
I'm getting to the comments. Oh, it's you. Look, hi. All right, welcome everyone to another. Adam, since you're seeing this video on the channel, how does it look on the channel? Is it like the black bars and all that?
Yeah, it looks
How it
smaller.
looks here?
Like, I mean, it looks exactly how it looks here. Like,
As long as we can
from
still
what
see
you're.
us clearly, we're fine, right?
Yeah, I can see us clearly.
I can see. Oh no, we're not going there.
I can see clearly
I
now.
said we're not
The
going there.
rain has gone.
You're doing this to yourself, yeah. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to our collaboration that we're going to say we both agree we're going to do. Bear in mind though, this is fine because I can just always edit this video in my editing software, so I can always expand it my own way. But welcome, of course, to another collaboration with good old.
Adam Ferns, hello. I do Beast reviews on Beast Quest.
Yes. Apologies for the delay. We had a bit of an issue. Mainly it was Adam's fault, but I tried my best to help him. I did my best. Kind of. Anyways, uh, you okay? Great. Now he's gone. I hope, Adam, are you coming back? After all that trouble getting him here. Yeah. Oh, man. Now it gives me full screen. Layout. Hi, Nicole.
I'm
What was that
sorry.
about?
I was I made my attempt at trying to fix it because my wall over here is meant to be over there, and
What?
that didn't work out, and I actually left the call in an accident.
Hold up. Hold, I'll try something.
You made us landscape, nice.
Well, it solved the problem, didn't it?
No, no, the knive's meant to be on the other side, but yeah,
Look, I got a full
it'll do.
screen. At least it
It'll
was
do. Don't worry
something.
about it.
I got a full screen, kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway. Boy, I'm trying to get I'm all tucked in here, so, but whatever, I'll do it. But anyway, welcome to the live stream. Hi, Nicole. So if you've seen Adam's video, you know that we're doing. It says test on the video, but this is basically we had a failed attempt. Okay, we tried this once. It happened. Anyway, though, so we're doing it now. This is the collaboration of the Beast Quest stuff, ranking series 1 through 30 in our own orders of wherever it is. Me, it's story. Him, it's wait.
Beasts. Yeah. I,
Him,
I,
it.
I'm this way.
You probably know what it is. He's doing the
You
beast
see the
side.
problem. You see the problem that I'm trying to say now, aren't you?
Yeah, I get you. So all I've got to do is face that way. Yeah, I got it. Mirror thing. Yeah. So hopefully I've got my first book ready. We'll try to do this as best as fast as we can because I don't know what's going to happen. Adam doesn't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen. Any words before we start?
This order is strictly our opinion. Mine's on beast perspective, his is on storage perspective. And let's get into this. It's going to be a long list.
We should have 30 books, and in case we've missed one in any way, fuck, F us.
I think I counted right.
Yeah, but anyway, at
Okay.
number 1, you want to do the countdown?
Yeah, it's 30th place, by the way. 3, 2, 1, go.
11. You picked
16.
16. Oh, that was one of my minds too at one point. But I think I watched my old review and I was like, eh. So I went for series 11, obviously. No surprise there. Who wants to go first? You or me?
I can go first if you like.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, Series 16 for me is last place because all the beasts have a very special thing in common. They're regular animals and they transform into beasts. This is a hit or miss trend for me, and in this case, it misfired horrendously. None of the beasts stand out to me as great, and this is only the best by default, honestly. Sodex, I guess, is good, but with his performance in Battle of the Beasts, he only lasts long and then he becomes a servant to an Iron Soldier. So what are you going to do? But Series 16 has never impressed me. I hate it since it was released, and it will probably stay my least favorite until the end of time, whenever that may be.
Cute. Thank you. Right, we're good. As for me, I of course picked good old Series 11. Not so surprised that it's at the bottom because it would. I think for most people that are Beast Quest fans, it would be low on the list. Because for a story perspective, it's kind of a cliche ripoff of Series 1. It's not the worst ripoff in the world, but like it's still tolerable. It's just that you're expecting, when it comes to a Beast Quest story, you're expecting creative new ideas, and you good, Adam?
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Better? Right. But yeah, so you're expecting creative new ideas, and well, this is not the result I was expecting, but so it's kind of lacking. It's got, and okay, the villain makes up for it, but the story is, and it's still the same to this day because Clinton hasn't really been stopped yet, has she, Adam? Now I can't hear you, mate. Oh boy. Whatever. He'll be back.
What happened to begin with.
Can you hear me better now?
I can't. Yes, I can.
Very good.
Being honest, I can't remember what happened. I can't remember what happened to
Kenza's goal is that she wants revenge on the people of Auntie for banishing her in this Kingdom Hencrow, and she's still trying to get revenge on that goal with different schemes. Overall, her first attempt is to make evil beasts and bring them to that kingdom for payback. It's a fail, obviously, but it still gives us a good villain. We do have some cool designs and some beasts not being mentioned for reasons why, but others like a good old Flamar here are awesome here on design wise. Also, I think you're a fan of Brutus as well, so there is still some likability for some of us in this series. As a story perspective, though, it's all right at best. I appreciate the villain. That's the best it gives us, so that's why it's at the bottom. Oh, that's something that I should mention. Before we started, I want to say that if anyone here is like pissed off we put this series or Beast Perspective or whatever series this low, just remember, I don't know about you, Adam, but I love all of these series, even the worst one. Okay,
no,
I'm definitely something. But the point is, there's still value in everything, right?
Yeah, for me, this will always be 30th best.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's our points in our first book now. We've done one down, 29 to go. Good damn.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
What does the duration say on the video so far?
8 minutes and 13 seconds.
Boy. Okay. Well, Adam went first last time, so I'll be going first this time and countdown away.
3, 2, 1, go.
Huh. I wouldn't be surprised because I know you're not really a fan of that series. Well, I don't know how you're judging it because I know you're judging on a beat perspective, but if it was a story perspective, I think it still might be low for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a ripoff.
Yeah, fair enough. There are good ripoffs and there are bad ripoffs, but whatever. I know I feel positive about it. You feel negative. It's fine. Anyway,
different opinions.
I'm going first apparently because I know you went first last time. The Darkest Hour. This is one series I know that this is kind of a reverse thing for me. With a Series 18, I like it more, I like it more, you like it less. And this, I think with The Darkest Hour, it's kind of the reverse for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this one, for me, on a story perspective, Adam knows why I don't like it. It's because it had so much, well, okay, you should know. It's because it had these big expectations of, it's the Darkest Hour. It's supposed to be a big epic series building up this. All the kingdoms are coming together. They're going to collide and boom, crash together. Unfortunately, it doesn't really the stakes don't feel as high because they hop through the kingdoms without much consequence. And the villains are awesome. They're kind of like Team Rocket, though, where they just mediocre around, bumble each other, and they kind of do that throughout their run until Senpei dies. So
Senpei doesn't die in that season.
No, not this season, but I mean later on, know. But overall, I mean, the one thing that stands out for it on a story perspective is that we have probably maybe the first time, not really sure. Independent beasts that operate by themselves. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, before this we never had that. You could argue Torpix, but aside from I mean, I'm not, as in not one beast, but as in a group of them. I don't think there's been one group of beasts that's been independent.
Technically, season 7.
What was it Marvel controlling them?
No,
Oh, okay. There you
they
go.
were they were acting out violently because they were in a biome they weren't familiar with.
Well, I guess these beasts are more intelligent, so there's that. But there's something there. So if we're going to go with your assumption, Adam, you're saying that they're just on a rampage and going for shit.
They have battle experience. I wouldn't say they're smart though.
Ah, yes, good times. But overall, I think it had expectations. It just didn't live up to me. But the heroes are right. The villain is awesome. I'll give it that. Hold up, wrong series.
It's the same one.
But yeah. So overall, this series for me, it's because of expectations disappointed me. That's why it's put it at the low spot. Hey, I put it higher than Series 11, so that's something.
Yeah. Anyway, season 18. This is a very well-known fact on my channel. I do not like Series 18. It's a rip-off of Series 13. And the Beast perspective, well, Krytor is a rip-off of Fang. Thoara is the most disappointing water beast I've ever came across, but we've barely been in the book. Drogan, where we know what my opinion of monkey beasts are, they can go out that window right there. And Carixa, best beast of the series by far. However, in Battle of the Beast, it died in round 1. In the new generation, in round 2, it's going against a beast it's probably going to lose to again. Diamond Warrior, eh? Toughest material, can't beat a beast. Shame. Overall, it's just very disappointing to me and overshadowed by literally every other series.
Right then, we're now on number
28.
Yeah, thank you. Because at school I sucked at maths.
At school, I was good at math.
Fuck it, I revealed it anyway. Okako. I revealed it anyway. Stealth, huh? This is number 17, Series 17. So, were you expecting... I did about Series 4. Yeah, I think that's fine for you, knowing your logic. Based on my logic, were you expecting this at this point?
17. Story perspective, I thought that had higher stakes than the Darkest Hour. I wouldn't say it deserved 28th place.
Maybe I think it comes down to from when you gave your opinion on like the beasts and stuff, it kind of lowered it for me. And also the villain is kind of Zhang is kind of weak compared to the others. That's why it was lower for me.
Zhang is an idiot.
Yeah, so you can see why I lowered it. The beasts are good, but again, think about it. This series is only good from a beast perspective because you like Griff. 4 is awesome. On a beast perspective, 3 out of the 4 possibly are awesome. As for the last one, debatable. But on a story perspective, it's just really another fetch quest, really, and the villains are just kind of there. So it's not really much to anything about it. So that's why. Oh, sorry, Adam. I think I went first again, basically, and you think it was your turn. So
yeah,
I think whatever. It's done now.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Okay, Series 4. Yeah, none of the beasts here are particularly amazing to me. They don't stand out. This is the best one for... I don't even know why. Nixa and Equinus are just okay. The others are forgettable. I forgot their names already. And Stealth has the power to turn other people evil.
Well, you have the book, and you turn to the back, you can see where the other 4 are called.
Rashuk is very well hated to me. Luna and Blaze, they're forgettable. Blaze was expected to be good and was terrible. And Stealth has the ability to turn other people or beasts evil, and that ability was wasted in this book. So, yeah, not really good first impression it gave me, and it's stuck ever since as one of the worst of the original series for me.
Right then. Well, we're doing all right so far. Could you give us an update on the timer real quick? Because again, I can't see it.
14 minutes and 40 seconds in.
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
No, it feels like half an hour already.
Really feels less to me. Okay. This time I'm not going to spoil my book in my hand. We're on number what now?
27.
Okay. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. That is a surprise.
Again, story perspective, kind of weak.
Well, I actually don't remember the story from that one.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's not really a good sign, is it?
No. Anyway, Series 14. This is probably the most average batch of beasts there are. Vizlak and Falra are okay. Tycheron, we already know my opinion on these monkey beasts. And Rathkor, who remembers Rathkor? No one, because it's such a forgettable starter. Overall, it's surprisingly average, and the reappearance of Vedra and Crymon, while it's not a popular special to either of us, I think we can agree they had a better appearance at the end of this series than their actual book, which would make sense because they're dragons. This Farah is the best for me though because I like phoenixes, and there's really no other reason I can give.
There you go. All right, series 26. Now, again, people say, what the hell? How could you put it there? But again, think about it. Adam just said it himself. He can't remember the plot. And as for me, I can vaguely remember it. And all I remembered about it was about ancient beasts on like this tapestry. And one of the villains, forget Zargon, this is on the back? Yeah, Zargon. Yeah. He wants to get involved and he becomes one of the beasts. So if you think about it, there's not really much story going on. I think it's just about, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just another sorceress that we don't know of much because he's introduced here, trying to do world domination. Oh, hold up, this is series 27, 26. So he was already established in 25. So, but regardless, think about his two plots. He doesn't really feel like a villain that is really worth a two-parter.
Yeah, being honest, that plot of that series reminds me very vaguely of Series 21, which, according to this ranking on your side, it seems to be the more superior series.
Which is not a bad thing. Now, if this was a beast perspective, I'm pretty sure Adam will put Series 26 way higher, because again, I would support that. But since I'm judging, again, according to Adam's rules, I'm okay with agreeing because that's what I do on my channel. I prefer doing the story and he just the beast. That's how it is. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. Regardless, because Technos is all right. If I just quickly go on beast real quick, Technos, awesome beast. Great defensive, awesome. Max is the high point. Chiron is a good boss piece, and so Alexa is the weak. There's always a weak one out of the bunch. But overall, story perspective, you can barely remember it, but it's just a simple enough of it's just Zargon, new villain, trying to do world domination because his first plan fails, and that's all I've got from it. So there's not much to say, but I could easily say it's better than the series I've mentioned prior on story perspective. I'm sure I'm gonna be all right with
that. Yeah, I'll live with that. Fourth worst. I'll take it.
Have we done both yet? Yeah, you've mentioned Falroth though.
Yeah.
Next one. Oh, yeah, this
26th place. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, you are really trying to annoy me today.
Adam, you said story perspective.
Yeah, but I know the story to that one though. It's not worth 26th place.
The ending was kind of weak. Anyway, though, yours, yeah, I'll answer good first. Yeah, as I've already started off with, the ending is kind of weak because Diprox is not really a good boss level beast. I know I'm judging on story perspective, but even the story kind of it felt weak because they just had this bee beast. It chases the bad guy around, and then he kind of disappears. So I know why, because correct me if I'm wrong, and also spoiler alert, because we should have mentioned this in the beginning, or whatever. Spoilers to all these series. You haven't read these books, which you have, you don't care for them. That being said, yeah, the traitor thing, was it revealed in this series or the 26th one?
The trailer for this series? What?
In this series, there was Queen Aroha, another guard.
Yes. Well, Yara.
Was the traitor revealed in this series or the next one?
This one.
So yeah, it's kind of weak, really. That's all this series has got going for it. I actually forgot because I had my notes for this, and I said that in 26 the traitor was revealed. I forgot the traitor was revealed in this series. So that kind of, if the traitor was still around in the next series, you may have built it up higher. But it is what it is.
I don't remember Yara in the series 26.
So it's just the Queen Aroha has got this evil villain called Zargon. I'm wrong with that. I'm pretty sure he was. He's here, of course, to raise a bit of Cain. I guess he's basically the Queen's Malvel, kind of a weak version. He wants power. maybe he was in a position of power before and he failed, whatever. Unfortunately, though, he has this prison kingdom where he's trying to. Isn't it like he has like different layers of land around his area they
Yeah,
have to keep. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a jungle, mountainous peaks, a lake, castle, and the realm is called Vakunda.
On that point, okay. Aside from the Marvel reference, rip off, whatever, I do like the layout of the whole thing where you get each progression of phases, like you go from this terrain to this terrain. So there is some good, which puts it at this point. But overall, it's kind of weak compared to other series that are that I haven't said yet. Overall, I think Adam will be fine with. Would you be okay? Do you think you're all happy that I put 25? Yeah, 25 above 26 on a story perspective.
Yeah,
Right then.
I'll take it. Because series 25 is where they rescue Rotu.
Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. Roach was in this. Proves how useless he is. He was a damsel.
Would it go higher in your ranking because of that?
I doubt it. Roach is not really the most epic of characters.
Rotu had a better story 10 seasons before.
Have we done your side yet?
No, we haven't. Series 20. I've never liked this series.
I vaguely
remember. The series isn't a rip-off or anything. If anything, it might be a rip-off of Series 4, but better. However, I just never really got the feel for the series as much as the other seasons before and after. All the beasts are either bad or forgettable, or making their way onto my liking because this one's in round 3. But it's just they're just missing that spark that Beast Quest had before and regained after, which makes this a bland series for me of Beast's perspective anyway. Story I don't know because I don't do story. I forgot that one.
But if he did judge it in story, he would let you know.
I would have still ranked it low.
Fair enough. Okay, we're doing all right so far. What's the timer at?
22 minutes.
Doesn't feel like it again.
Yeah.
All right, we are now at number what 25. On the ranking?
25.
Oh. Funny, because I just did series 25, but whatever. All right then. So when you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
No, it's a big conspiracy, but you just do series 20. Oh, this is 28.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll accept that one because we already know my opinion on series 28.
So who's going first?
It's me. That's
all right.
So these beasts, these gloriously magnificently terrible beasts, are the only thing that's saving them is the fact that they're made from the blood of the good beast. And as you can see, Serpio is my favorite, made from the blood of Arcta, one of my
I know what you're doing, Adam. I know what you're doing.
The skill on Serpio is astounding. The ability of the sharp fangs, the agility, the icy beam that shoots out of its eye and nose, tail, and the ability of what was it? Killing a giant wolf. Yes. Oh, hey Lucas, I didn't know you were here. But anyway, Series 11. Serpio, Brutus are the only good ones to me. Flamar is a rip-off of Hellion, and they're both not that great. Tauron, I like my Centaurs, but this one's disappointing. Elko and Tarok, no one likes them. And that is the one thing Lucas can agree with me on with this. But yeah, the only reason why it's this high is because Serpio, and also that they're made from the blood of the good beasts. Other than that, it's not really that good, even beast perspective. I
think you should stop bragging on that fight, really.
Oh no, I'm not going to stop bragging on it. It's one of the best fights.
What is your deal?
I don't know. I just want to mess with you.
I don't know why I haven't done anything. Well, there you go. Haha, I've laughed. We move on now. Good. Series. Don't worry, guys. He's my best friend still, regardless of what he tries to pull on me. Anyway, though, Series 28, of course, I'm okay picking a Siron. I know there's other ones on here, and they're all awesome, but I guess I was just thinking, design wise at the time. So hey, not bad. Um, this series isn't this where we introduced to the new projectors?
Yep.
Yeah, this is where they're hostages, isn't it? That makes sense why it's so low. Because they don't really get much to do aside from being plot points, really.
Damsel in
So
distress.
yeah, pretty much. The ending is kind of weak too. Malvel, it's nice to see him back. He doesn't really, he's not really his best beast, though. I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah, Siren's cool. Styx is a giant alligator, and well, a walking tree. We've seen that before.
We don't talk about Captiva.
No, and Velocro kind of looks like Hawkeye with two heads, really. Kind of. But on a story perspective, I can barely move. It's just Malvel coming back for revenge by capturing these heroes because he's sick of Tom, and I'm like, isn't this the series? No, it's not. That's the next series. He apparently this is bullshit because later he's revealed to have this potion, and why didn't he use it in the first place? Because he needed to make it probably. I don't know, but how powerful he is, he should go to kick this kid in the face by now. Kind of weak series. Its only saving grace is probably the first two beasts, I believe, in your opinion.
I think it's the first and last one. I don't really like Styx.
All right, then. Well, there you go. I put it this high because, well, compared to the other ones prior on a story perspective, I think Adam understands why he should be here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's me done.
Okay. Moving on to 24th place.
Okay, then. When you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Close.
Okay. Oh, I know it's our opinion, but that opinion is wrong. It's wrong.
Well, I'm glad you think that. The thing is, though, 19, I forgot. There was a point of, there's an era of B's quest where I forget, and you know what it was, like 19 through 20 or 21. So, again, I was confused. I forgot about the Neverwall stuff.
19 to 21, but that Kingdom of Dragons, that's one of the best seasons.
On a story perspective from you?
Both.
Fair enough. Well, opinions differ. We value stuff differently, and that's why we kind of one of the reasons why we like each other.
Yes,
but,
I respect your opinion, even though it is very clearly wrong.
Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. I'm sorry that that our opinions are different, and I'm sorry. But regardless, who's going first?
Oh dear.
What?
Sorry, you just buffered out there for a second.
I said who's going first.
It's you this time.
Right then. So Series 19. Again, like I was saying, no matter where I put them, they're all awesome, even in the worst ones. But this series, the problem with I will have to say, the thing is with this series is I forgot what happened, and that's why I put it where it is. I still wanted to put it up high because it's not the worst, but the reason why I put it where it is because I generally forgot the plot. That's not saying much, but the only thing of relevance I remember is Beric is in it, the warrior guy. I forgot about Jezrin working for him, apparently. And Jezrin wants to gain another power source that'll make him powerful. Oh, hello, Stitch. Is that one of your friends, or is it mine?
No, I don't have any friends.
I'm here.
Hi.
Yeah, apart from me, he means other people. But he's got, and apart from Jack, who wants to count him and all the others, it's fine. But yeah, that's the reason why I put it where it is. It's because I genuinely forgot the plot. But I think it's just another a villain plot to gain a power source, right, Adam?
If anything, it's similar to Series 9, where you travel across a distant realm just to get to a power source and make you the most powerful wizard in the world.
Is Jezrin in a desperate position as Malvel was in 9?
He wasn't as desperate, but the thing I found funny is when he got to the Well of Power, he technically won by getting to it, but he couldn't drink from it because Stritor deemed him unworthy.
Well, there you go. So that's why I put Series 19. Anyways, if I had known the story a bit better from my memory, I may have put it higher. But from my limited knowledge of the time, I put it where it is. So that's hopefully, Adam, that's a justification of why it's where it is.
No.
Thank you, Adam. No matter what happens, we're awesome. Anyway, though, if I was doing this on a beast wise, again, it would be way higher because 3 of the 4 beasts are awesome in this.
Which one isn't?
Yeah.
Which one isn't awesome? That's what I want to know now.
The Sea Dragon.
Oh come on, Corvax is all right.
The
worst one, but still. Anyway, Series 12. Yes. So, anticlimactic story, yeah, checks. Anticlimactic beast, yeah, yeah. Vigrash and Kamar are the only ones that stand out. Solak is a boring starter. Karjin, I kind of like Karjin, but it's still on and off. Israel and Vigrash, nothing much to remember them by because they're some of the more forgettable beasts to me. Merca only is the best because it was the longest lasting in the original tournament, making it to the top 20 before being crushed by a giant mountain.
That works.
Yeah,
Well,
other than that, the series is kind of bad beast wise as well.
Mighty ho. Well, we're doing all right so far. We are now on number
23, and we are 30 minutes in.
Halfway in, so on an hour mark. So I'm ready, and you are.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, Siren. Nice to see you again. And of course, I've got 14.
I'm not surprised that plays actually.
Well, so you're actually happy I put 14 above 19?
Well, I'd rather 19 above 14, but I mean, 14 is one of the more basic seasons.
And who's going first?
It's me. So season 28. Sum up: one giant disappointment. Osiron is the only good beast from that, and even then, I still think it's okay. The Larkrow is just, Styx, I don't remember anything from him. And Captiva, well, we know my opinion on Tree Beast, and it's not a good one. I don't like Tree Beast. I never have, never will. And sum it up, these batch of beasts are disappointing considering the success of great beasts we had before it and after it. Making this, I feel like the black sheep of the seasons from 21 onwards. But other than that, yeah, man, I don't like this one. It's never really stuck to me. It probably never will.
Well, we're doing so far so good. We're at 23 right now on the ranking, aren't we?
Yeah.
Is this ranking going as you expect it to be from my perspective, from me? Or is it surprising you?
I'm disappointed by some of your rankings, but I have to respect your opinion despite it being wrong. So it's fine.
Thank you. Well, I'm respecting yours. You don't see me throwing criticism at you.
Yet.
Why would I do that?
You'll find out.
Okay. Anyway, 14. On the story's perspective, I think this is an alright one. This is kind of our introduction to the new era of Beast Quest. It's a nice way to start off with Kenza, who's one of the more better villains in Beast Quest. She, of course, her latest plan is to give, I think, correct me if I'm wrong with this, Adam, she gives Wrathcore visibility, which you can only do once, and it's to turn beasts evil. Yes? Okay. So why specifically Wrathcore? I don't know why, but I know in Battle of the Beasts, I think Adam removes this ability, so he never does it again. Like it's a one-off ability.
It's turned into an energy blast.
Oh yeah, there it is. But yeah, so Wrathcore gets this power. He turns the other three beasts evil, and on a story perspective, I do enjoy this. Well, as I enjoy the overall thing of freeing these evil beasts and the end game one because they somehow get Vidra and Crymon involved in there. Now, Adam doesn't count them as part of the series, I don't think. If you did count Vidra and Crymon as part of it, would you have put it higher?
I didn't count it, and no, they probably won't affect much.
Yeah. But overall, because the series is called The Cursed Dragon, and the Cursed Dragon, I believe, is Crymon?
I think
they're both infected. Is Vidra sick and Crymon is evil? That's what I think it was.
Don't remember.
That's what I remembered. But from my perspective, it was Vidra was sick and then Crymon was evil. So it makes it kind of both redeeming these beasts, but also you've got to try and heal the twin dragons. It's nice to have the twin dragons back involved. It's nice as a story, an overall story. I like the whole thing, but it's kind of like a multiple of stories, like free the cursed beasts, which kind of like series 1, get the heal something, which is like series 6, another series that we've had with. So there's a multiple thing there. It's nice to have different type beasts again because Adam is a fan of snakes. So having a snake and a phoenix in this series, even though he's not the best, two of his favorite types of beasts, that's at least a good sign. And he has a monkey trash upon. So yeah, lovely. Vizlak, I like that story. It's probably my favorite of the stories because I like the whole concept of that little thief character trying to make good when you see a character who is known for doing the wrong thing for whatever reason, or he's trying to do the right thing in the end. It's very relatable, and I can sympathize with it. So on a story's perspective, I like it. And with Kensa, she's a great villain. The ending, I think it's fitting because it's not always nice to see. I think Kensa gets killed or something in temporary, but it's always nice to see the villains get their comeuppance, and it's a nice introduction to the new era of Beast Quest. Because if we didn't have 14, it was another series. It may have been probably a bit worse for Adam. So who knows?
Yeah,
But
you're.
with that
I
being
agree
said,
with
though,
what you.
sorry.
I agree with what you said. It is a nice introduction to the new series of Beast
But
Quest.
you're okay with me putting 14 here?
Yeah, I am. It's
Fair
not
enough.
great. It's just okay. It's just mid.
Well, there you go. That's me.
Yeah. Going on to 22nd place now.
Okay then. Swipe. Oh yeah, you. I'm ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, and go. Oh.
Why are you so upset? Are you still upset with me?
Oh.
I can't tell if that's upset or agreement.
I know the story isn't great. I just would have wanted to see it a tiny bit higher.
Okay. Who's going first?
You.
Okay. Lucky me. Right. Series A. Sanpeo, the Pirate King. He is not the best villain, and that is Adam will not argue with that because he can agree with that. There are things he
Yeah.
should have done because he gains.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off very interesting because his first move, or one of his first moves, is that he takes Adaro mind control, and that could have been a very creative thing. If he had kept Adaro around along his side, he may have been more. He would have gained a guy, an advisor, to give him lots of knowledge how to get the power source, keep Tom at bay because he knows Tom. But strangely enough, Adaro gets taken out, and then it's just this evil barbarian pirate guy going around with his beasts. Which might bear in mind they are awesome. Some of them are more than others. Bloodborne, I originally thought for me, I don't know what. Some part of me thought that Adam didn't like Bloodborne, but apparently he's told me he likes it. So maybe the opinion changed or something back then. I don't know what happened. Balisk is awesome. Oh, I like to see that he has a sea serpent near his boat to protect it. But it kind of makes no sense because, correct me if I'm wrong, the ship already flies, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Which makes the sea beast kind of pointless, but whatever. Hecton, it's nice to see it's an interesting design of like a body snatching of a chimera type beast in a way, so that's good. Coron is of course the highlight for me. I like that this vicious tiger, the scorpion tail. It's a nice fusion of two zodiac creatures. Torno is. I remember I went on a rant about Torno sitting on the tree, and Adam agreed with me. So yeah, no argument there. Cronus is all right. Nothing wrong with that. So, is what it is. I do appreciate my one. Sanpeo's weakness is that he doesn't really. He has these. He gains the golden armor, no, the golden belt thing, the belt powers basically, but he doesn't really use them at all when he should. But whatever. So the only thing real saving grace about it is that if he had good concept basically. It's a good. I think that's why I put it where it is. The concept is good. The Pirate King, this pirate flying around, has beasts around him, takes Adaro on his side, but with the decisions he makes him stupid, and that's why it's put where it is. Everything else about it is, on a beast perspective, more or less, it's more on the good side than it is on the bad side when it comes to the beast. But on a story, there are missed opportunities, and that's how I'm going to put it.
Yeah, I agree with that. The story isn't that great. Now, you're probably surprised for me to put Series 6 this way.
What's our spot number in right now?
22nd.
Fair enough. No, it's a bit shocking to you.
Well, Series 8, but Series 6, yeah. My girl, my original favorite beast, is a representative for Series 6. Unfortunately, though, the rest of its series isn't that great. Merc is a close second. Well, not even close, a bit far off, but still second. The rest, Muro, Komodo. Well, Muro I don't like. Komodo I think is good. Fang, like I said, rip off of Krytor. And Terra. I don't like my trees, and I never will. But ultimately, with a series name called The World of Chaos, you'd expect really good beasts, not one really good and five bad to good beasts. So,
It
unfortunately,
felt
yeah.
sorry, it felt to me like this was a series where Vespic was going to be the main villain and not Belmal.
Yeah, that's the whole kind of presence that Vespic gives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no. Belmau had to be the big bad. So
Would you have preferred Vespic being the boss, like she took over or something?
yeah, but Vespic still got a high score for
Yeah.
the review I gave her, so not going to argue with
Okay.
that.
Well, we're at number 21 now, correct?
Yeah, 21.
So
3,
far, so good.
2, 1, go. That's too high for that series.
Well, and you're on a beast perspective or a story?
Story and Beast, both of them, they're both bad.
Why did I put it here? Oh, yeah, because I watched my old review, and my old review is defending this series, my old ranking. Originally, I'll tell you this, between you and me, fuck it. Originally, this series was at the bottom.
Why did it not stay there?
Because Series 11 exists.
Okay, what about 12, 17, 26, 25, so on and so forth?
Because I saw my ranking video, I would explain that part, and it defended it. I think it was because it liked the concept of did that make your hair go up? Anyway, though, I think it's because the concept of having Kensa and Senpei together with them trying to siege Gwildor, a kingdom that I like, make me feel a bit more attachment to it. Because again, you know, I like Gwildor, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, so that's probably why I feel like the whole this it kind of felt to me like it was trying to give me something that I was wanting from Series 12, which is like the stakes felt more intense because that didn't really feel the case there. Whereas Siege of Gwildor, we actually saw the progression of the Gwildorian people and all the people these two could take over and we should be concerned about them. I mean, think about it. Senpei and Kinsen never really get that type of threat ever again.
No, they don't. They do. I think Sampeo's next appearance after that is in Verak, and we know what happens to him there.
Yeah, so this is probably, if you correct me if I'm wrong, with these two combined, this is probably their best series.
Must be, yeah.
Again, series 17 or I think it's the end of 16. Kensa betrays him. Yeah. But also, we kind of owe it to this because I don't know when they had their child, but they must have had it at some point, obviously. Was it probably around 16?
I would say before then, because Rhea is around the same age as Tom, maybe a bit older.
Well, get out when you can, I suppose. But overall, I think we kind of owe it to the series for having at least villains that at least giving Senpei his due. While I still think the special with the centipede one, remind me the name?
Skolo.
Thank you. Skolo, I think that is still his best plot. As a combined plot, I think this is all right. Stripe, the lobster beast is the Ronak is on a beast perspective, they're kind of there really. But on a story perspective,
now you agree with me.
well, yeah, on a beast perspective, I get that, but on a story perspective, it's higher, and you can agree with that. Kind of. With that being said, I think I've done my say, and you?
Series 23. Right. Good. Okay, I need to start off. Good story. I'm not surprised it hasn't shown up yet. But beast-wise, Querzal is a tree. Let's not talk about that.
Your trees.
No, I don't. Up next is Talker, the Sky Snatcher, a three-headed vulture. Sounds interesting. It's not. She's quite boring. Zircon, the finale, or as Lucas calls it very wrongly, Exarchon. I will be honest, good twist. Surprised we haven't pointed it out sooner when we were reading the series.
Was good time.
Yeah. It really shows how stupid we are. So, but good twist, great beast Zircon is, but ultimately kind of falls short in combat against other beasts. He died in round 1 twice. And Crotax only became my favorite because of how much of a severe improvement it is over Tusk. That is actually the only reason.
At least he died to a good beast.
Oh yeah.
Moving on. We're at number 20 now, yes?
Yes.
5 steps from the halfway mark.
Yeah. 3,
So far, so good.
2,
Adam, what time are we at?
45 minutes.
Now go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Haha. Oh, old school stuff. Awesome. What is your problem? You always get steamed over when I pick something.
Okay, I got 2 questions. 1, why Series 7? 2, why Convol as your representative?
Hashtag respect for it, because I like it.
But there's Crestor, Carnivora, Madara.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to give justice. If someone could give hashtag justice for Crymon, I could give hashtag justice for Convol, can't I?
But Madara had a running joke, though.
Yeah, but you've already made that joke several times.
I know, it's 4 years old.
Well, I'm not going to mention that story about you involving that cat, too.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Who's going first?
I think it's me. No, it's me. It's me.
Okay.
Series 3, right. So my favorite was originally Naga. No, sorry. First it was Sting, then it was Naga, then it's Cayman, then it went back to Naga, then it's Cayman again. Cayman is my favorite beast from Series 3 for the sole reason her ability, to transform into 3 versions of herself is pretty cool. And Naga kind of fell short when I realized what his body may be, being a giant blob connected to 6 necks. So a bit disappointing that would have been. The rest of the beasts in that series, Torgor and Score are the weakest of that series. Score I've never liked. Torgor I had some liking for, then it fell short. Then we got Naga, quite a cool water beast. And then you realise that, yeah, he stands out, but not in a good way. Cayman, excellent, fantastic. Skipped in Mistake. Then we go to Sting, great finale, and the first human transform into a beast. So with that, Series 3, an alright series with 2 bad beasts and 1 mistake that needs to be erased from existence. But other than that, yeah, not bad.
All right, Series 7. On a story point of view, Adam should understand why it's here, and if you don't, well, this is the series where Malvel is in straight away in power. And that is not something we see a lot. Normally you don't really start with the villain in power. Normally the villain is trying to gain power. But since the villain is basically in a strong position that he's won, it's a nice way to throw the viewer off guard, because this also came to a point after an epic 2-parter series of Series 5 and 6, which I know Adam's also kind of this part of the arc as a trilogy. I kind of don't see it as so, because, well, it's really, the whole mission was the rescue Freya thing, and they've kind of done that now. But I think it's because Freya gets development here, and he wants to follow that up. So it's a debatable thing. I think you can understand why I don't count it. It's like this, it kind of reminds me of the thing with what's it called from Doctor Who, with the 2-part of the drums and Utopia thing. Only this is the reverse, where Utopia came before, but people don't like counting as a part of that. Whereas this is the reverse.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, Utopia ends on a cliffhanger, but so does Series 6, with them seeing a castle with different flags. That's a cliffhanger.
It is what it is. But overall, Lost World, yeah, I do like that Malvel starts, as in position of power. He doesn't kill Tom, but he kills Mark, so that raises the stakes. Mark is one of Amaro's apprentices, which is a shame he died. If he had stayed around, I would have preferred him over Daltek, but the series has progressed Daltek, so he's all right now. I do feel like that Freya's getting development. That's another good story ploy, but these counterpart characters are getting development. Beast-wise, even though I don't judge the beast, Adam will agree with me that Carnivora is a highlight. Elec, take what you will of it, but the running joke, no comment. Crestor is the savage, and then Helion, well, not the best of beast. It's nice to see a beast made of an element. Well, hashtag respect for Convol. I know Adam doesn't. I know you don't really think he's the best female, but he's at the end of the day, he's not the worst beast diver. And since he didn't die in a pathetic way that Komodo did, you could at least respect him on that front. So
At least you respect the beast. I will accept that.
hey, come on, he didn't die in a pathetic way that Komodo did.
I was
So there's
referring
that.
to all of them.
All right, then there's that for you. But I think, adding on a story point of view, you can see why I put it where it is now. So hopefully, you have some sort of justification.
I personally like the Kingdom Redemption series of Series 7 and the final book with the final fight of the good beasts of Tavernia, Tom, Alina, Talador, everyone of Tavernia versus Malvel and his army. It's amazing, along with a great shot of Tom,
Oh yeah, that
Alina, and
finale,
Storm
yeah.
bursting through that door. That is why I love the story, because it was such a great finale that was missing in Series 12, and you can agree with me on that.
Oh yeah, putting all
Yeah.
those beasts together to help fight off Malvel's forces is awesome, pretty much. Oh, hi, Keezy. Cameras went off. Oh, we're back now.
Wow. You okay?
Well, right then. We did both right.
Yeah.
Number
19 is next.
right.
3.
I'm ready when you are.
You're going to disagree with me here, by the way.
Probably I
3,
will.
2, 1, go.
Nice one. That's 2, and I've got 4. So who's going first?
Really old school now.
That's fine. I can understand why, because I know there are some beasts in that series that are kind of shit, really.
And then there's one which shouldn't be here.
Soldier?
Well, yeah, should not be in a series this bad of beasts. Yeah, Soldier should not be here. Should be in the best of series. Yeah, you need to go first, though.
All right, then. So, of course, Amulet of Avantia. Story-wise, I can see why it's here. This is the reunition of Tom's father, who he thought died or disappeared. I forgot which one it was. It's always nice to see whenever a family member, we'll get to this later again, comes into Tom's life and he's reunited with them. It's very touching, so that raises the stakes there. The beasts are not the best, sadly, but again, I'm not judging on the beast perspective, so it is what it is there. So I don't see why he puts it low and I put it high. Of course, the high point of beast, though, is stealth, of course. He's the one beast the Taladon, couldn't beat. On the other beast, the only thing really saving the grace is really Nixer, I'd find. Luna is horrible at most. The other ones are just kind of there, really.
This is what I mean about Blaze. It's supposed to be popular, but no one likes him.
I think that's a comment to me. Did I make Terminator? If you're referring to my Lego customs, yes, I have. But there's the answer to that. So, of course, another thing that I like from a story point of view is that when to raise the stakes, every time Tom beats a beast or something, he loses one of the golden armor powers to his father. So that kind of raises the stakes. So that's a nice bit of tension in the story. So overall, it's nice that Tom's going on this quest. Normally he goes on these fetch quests, but this is like a good reason. He's doing it to get his father back. So that makes it a good, wholesome story, and the stakes are high. So I enjoy it. And sorry, Malvel, Series 4 is not your strongest beasts ever. I don't care about the ghost shit. And there is 21, but take what you will of that.
It never was his strongest set. Never will be. So, Series 2. Right, Golden Armor, one of, if not the best story in my opinion. However, it's got a very big downside called the Beasts. Zephyr, in my opinion, is actually an okay beast. Beast-wise, terrible. Story-wise, great beginning. But I'm going beast perspective. So Zephyr, bad beast. Claw.
No words.
Sultra is the best of the series by a long shot with the Medusa Siren combination. Vipero, I think, is quite good. And Arachnid, the definition of do not judge a book by its cover.
Well, your mother has some words on that one, I think.
Oh, yeah. It looked boring, but it was a really good beast. I liked it. And Trillion, well, in respect to Jack Griffin, Trillion is a great beast from Series 2 that can take down a centaur but can't take down a wolf 10 times its size. But
I know.
that sounds like a me problem.
I know at one point you said we did this when we originally did Battle of the Beasts, and one of our first fights. I said pick your favorite four-legged beast. At one point, that was Adams, so at least he had
Yeah.
some respect at the time.
Yeah, and it got annihilated by Silver. So
Good times. Now I got back at you for that Serbia thing.
that was the very first battle.
Ah, yes. Oh yeah. So respect there. I think he froze a bit.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, Tritium versus Silver was my first battle that we did. But yeah, Series 2 is just mid now for me. Just okay, Soldier's the highlight.
So, our
18.
number?
18. 3,
I'm ready when you are.
2, 1, go. Oh.
So, who's first?
Wait, hold on. You are. No, I am. I am. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. Right. So, Series 17.
This is the beast you defend, isn't it, Griff?
Oh,
if
someone
respect, because I don't know who his name is, but whoever it was, hashtag respect for Greymon. I'm hashtag respect for Convol, and you must be hashtag respect for
Justice for Griff.
Yeah, go.
Griff is, in my opinion, the best beast from Series 17. Has always been the best beast from Series 17. And if you look at my beast review where I did a Series 17, you'll find that my opinion is wrong. Griff is the best beast, not Sorex. Sorex is second best. I like Reptards. 4 on IC is a complete waste of space, and honestly, not a great beast because, yeah, it's an overpowered beast, I need to be honest, but I think I prefer more of a physical body for my beasts, hence why I'm not a big fan of 4 on. Okko, Lucas will be happy to hear this. I'm starting to gain some respect for Okko because of his progression in Battle of the Beasts all generation. However, I'm still on the fence of him thinking, he doesn't have a body really though. So let's just say he's okay. So he's
But you could argue Rock doesn't have a body, couldn't you?
Rock?
Yeah, you could argue he doesn't have a body either.
Well, you know my opinion. You know my opinion on Rock. I don't like Rock. But yeah, Griff is the best because he reminds me so much of the best DreamWorks villain being Lord Shen.
Debatable.
But other than that, Series 17 is just a kind of series when it comes to beasts, and apparently a bad series when it comes to story.
Is this another one of the examples? Oh, hi, Floyd. Hey, you're the Lego guy. Really? Thank you. There's a lot of Lego guys, but I'm glad I'm your Lego guy.
Oh, hey, he's the Lego guy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, which guys you referring to? But yeah, it's me. So, I was going to say something about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, flipping heck. I was going to say something about Series 17, and I've lost it now. Flipping it. What were you saying last?
I was saying of how this okay series beast-wise, but according to
I
you,
remember that.
A bad series story-wise.
I was saying that, is this another example of where it's a good beast that should be in a different series?
Yeah.
All right. Right. So Series 3. I like this series. It's to me, it's one of the underrated series in the franchise, I personally think. I mean, when it started, it didn't really get much praise at all. But it, like time goes on, as time progresses and other series come out, you do have kind of respect for other series, if that makes sense. So this is the examples. It's nice to see Malvel's Kingdom Gorgonia. I don't think we ever go back there, surprisingly enough. He just lives there at one point and then he's gone.
Yeah, we briefly go back to Gorgonia in the Raksha special. Hence, the fight was so high for that piece of you because you transfer kingdoms. There's only for like one chapter.
Of course, every series has its faults. A giant mammoth is questionable there. Sting, the Scorpion Mammoth. This is, of course, the end of Seth. On a story point of view, it's obviously why it ranks as high as it does. And you could easily flip-flop between which 3 out of the 6 beasts, which is the awesome one, Kaimon, Sting, or, of course, Naga. Story perspective, Naga is probably the best, debatable on Sting there, because, again, So, on a story point of view, Sting and Naga are debatable. It's because with Naga, you have like this concept of like, well, the heroes go on this quest, they're chasing someone for information. It leads to Naga, and apparently from sources, he's revealed to be a Hydra, and I didn't know that.
Mm. He
Okay.
has the ability to regrow heads, as was shown in Battle of the Beasts, Naga versus Sepron, the actual published book. But his heads, when they regrow, start attacking the old heads. That's a very big weakness.
I think on a perspective, he's not the best. Okay, he may be the first Hydra, but he's not the best Hydra. That honor still goes to Max. So,
yeah.
Overall, though, story point of view, I also do like the concept. Even though he's not the best beast ever, Torgor, he's still not the worst starter book. I can tolerate that. I mean, there's far worse. Ursus the Bear, take what you will of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Torgor, he's all right. I do like my Minotaurs. That's probably a soft spot for me because, again, Chinese Zodiac, it's my sign, well, the bull. So I do like the opening, how it begins, and then each one is what Tom's getting a new power source from each beast he takes out. And I think when he takes out a beast, they turn into a crystal version of themselves, which is kind of cool.
In some of them, no, hold on, no, all of them. The jewel is actually part of the beast's body or weapon. So Torgor's his axe, Score's his hoof, Naga's his head, Cayman is the thing on the back, Tusk, we know that, and Sting is on the tail.
I'll say what you will about Torgor, but if he basically claims one of the most precious items of Tom's arsenal, the red jewel that communicates with others, so
and
that for you.
He had the belt as well.
Of course he did.
That's the only respect. That's the only respect I have for Torgor. That, and he easily hunted down an injured Tagus. So thank you, Trellian, for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's weird because that's the sign of my sister in the star zodiac, the Sagittarius, which is where all right, we'll go. Overall,
Sagittarius.
Though, yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Awkward. Moving on. Score. It's nice to see Pegasus Beast. He's not the best, but it's nice for something to Seth to ride. Kaimon is awesome. I've had more respect for Kaimon as time's gone on. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. And of course, they leave it very vague if Seth is still alive. I personally don't think he's alive because it's been like how many series now since 27 series. I don't think he's coming back, but he really actually did.
This guy ain't coming back. I like that our opinion on Cayman have gone up over time. So that just at least we shared an opinion on something.
We're friends.
Speaking of which, I hope we do have a match come up at some point.
If we don't,
it won't be the first time.
Righty-ho. What's next then?
17th place.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good for you. That's how far it made it, huh?
Yeah. I told you it was in the middle of the road.
Fair enough. Who's going first?
You.
Right then. So this is, of course, the Isle of Ghosts. This is the introduction of the Ghost Beast once again, where the evil wizard Beric wants to attack Avantia and stuff. And this series leads into his death, I believe.
Yes.
He's still this time he's working for Malvel. It's not the best series in the world, but I think I enjoy it's another series where I enjoy the concept of this evil wizard in the Ghost Kingdom, and this is like the first time our heroes are in the Ghost realm, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not the best of beasts, but some interesting ones of Akira the Crusher, and well, even though it's not your favorite, you put Rykar reveal, so you must have some respect for that.
Yeah.
I like Galax. I do. He's from my favorite because I like the concept. He's the toughest beast of the four. And he's a mix between an ankylosaurus and an alligator, so that's kind of cool. Zuluk is probably the weak one there, but then again, even if she's the weakest, she still has a sympathetic reason for what she's doing. She's trying to get her egg back. So, in that being said, you can't really. She's not the worst beast ever. So,
so Zuluk's only defending her egg, and Akira was only mind controlled after going crazy when his original owner got fused to him. The only evil ones are Scalix and Rykar.
Yeah. Oh, I should have mentioned this. There's a delivery coming, so I will have to take care of that. Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. But those are my overall thoughts, and I'll let Adam take his part.
Okay. So, time to give a series about something Series 30. Series 30. Honestly, the downside is the start. Pyrex is boring to me and just on the fence about it, really. Makoro is just a giant disappointment for me, and Selkara, great finale, by the way, and another definition of don't judge a book by its cover. Hey, Lucas, I was just talking about Selkara. And Leptica, honestly, the highlight of Series 30, and I think Lucas can agree with me there. Beast-wise, this one is not going to survive long in Battle of the Beast, but Selkara, however, will, and I'm pretty confident in that.
Sure.
Other
So
than
what's the
that,
myth? What did you say?
what?
I wasn't there to hear what you said before.
I was saying of how Pyrex is boring and Makoro is a disappointment.
All right.
Yeah, but Leptica and Selkara are the highlights of the series. Other than that, it's just a middle of the road series for me.
Right then. Moving on. What's our number at?
6. Oh, we're at 1 hour 5 minutes in.
I meant the number.
Oh, we're at 16.
All right. You're gonna slap your head on the face probably.
3, 2, 1, go.
Told you. So close. Any regrets?
No, because Leptica's placement has not moved at all.
Fair enough. So who's first?
I am this time.
Go for it.
Series 1, where it all began, started off brilliantly with Furno, one of the best beasts to ever go into Battle of the Beast, and came out third in the original series. As a fight in the book, it was very bad. It was 1 chapter long. Major disappointment there. Sepron, I know Jack Griffin likes Sepron, but I don't really get the hype around him. I just think he's okay. Arxa is, well, no, I don't like Arxa. Fight was good, but no. Tagus, I personally think he's good, but worse than Sepron. Speaking of which, I do like Sepron. I just think I don't get the hype around him. Nanook.
There's always one beast.
We all have that special part of the family there, and this is Nanook in Series 1. And Epos. Probably, I would say, the most beautiful, most graceful beast.
And the killer all.
But now, I think Luke can agree with me if I say I need to add the word heroic onto it as well.
Rest in peace.
And that resorts to another series, which I'm pretty sure Lucas will bring up when we get to it, because that's more story perspective. But Epos has always been my favorite of Series 1 and will stay to be Series 1 favorite. But yeah, great series, Series 1. It's just average, I guess, now compared to all of them, isn't it?
I think all this still deserves respect for getting us all the way to this point.
Yeah, nostalgia.
My turn then. So Leptica and Series 30.
Oh,
very close.
Oh, hey, we were just talking about that series.
Yeah, I thought that you might slap your head because you're so close to a tie. We're just talking about it too, but it's what it is. That makes it fun. Shapeshifters. It's probably the best series. Well, I say probably, but as I think about it, I haven't done the other series yet, have I? But yeah, it is what it is. I still enjoy this series. It's still in the good praise than the bad one to me. There are some nitpicks, but I think the pros outweigh the cons. Do you believe that, Mark?
Yeah, I guess.
The weakest point of the story is Tom is stubborn, really, and he should be more developed now. But what you can do? They purposely. Okay, when the New Protectors began, he was originally a mentor figure, but as time went on, the New Protectors, of course, still new at this, are struggling. Tom is putting pressure on his mind, which I can relate to, and he feels the need to step in despite being hurt. But if you're hurt, then you should let others help you, because if you don't, then you're not really a good example. Because that's the thing I never thought of. Like, what if Tom's negative actions caused one of the New Protectors to do something stupid? Just saying.
Maybe out of a move of desperation, but new protectors have had 3 quests, 3 beasts each, where they learnt, they grew, they matured. I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. They could be independent now, right?
I hope so. But Lip Seeker's the high point, no doubt. I like the creepy vibe it builds up with for Nolan. Yeah, it was building from that cave and it carried on throughout. If she hadn't shown up, the series may be kind of weak, really. So Kara, again, great book. She's like the strength of this. I do agree with Adam's perspective that the brains beat the brawn type thing. I didn't think of that, but yeah, that makes sense. Of course, Captain Claw is an outstanding character, and I hope he comes back. It's nice to have a pirate that is not an enemy for a change. So
I mean,
I'm very hoping.
technically, he was an enemy.
Yeah, he was, but compared to the Sanpei and Rhea, he's not as bad. He's
Oh
just
yeah,
greedy.
he's nothing compared to them.
I think he's not evil. He's more greedy. I mean, so is Sanpei is greedy too, but it's more for power, and so same goes with Rhea. But he's just really greedy for the gold. I like that he still whines about the gold despite the fact it's over.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm
He's still.
alive, but I don't have any gold.
So he's basically like Jack Sparrow, and instead of why is the rum gone, it's like why is the gold gone?
I thought Jack Sparrow had a jar of dirt.
That too. Overall though, it's fine.
That's the only scene I know.
Oh, and just to remind you, Hyrix is a satyr because Adam wanted to know in his review.
I still
But yeah,
can't remember the name.
satyr. Phil's a satyr. Anyway, Makoro is a Scorpion Man. Got respect for that. And yeah, I've already made my thoughts on the car. Overall, Shapeshifters is a great series. Well, not a great series, but it's a tolerable one compared to what we've had prior. So yeah, I think Adam's fine where it is.
I'd argue Series 30 is just painfully average.
Yeah, it's fine. But hey, it could be far worse. You could be having a Series 11 again. So.
Anyway, we're halfway there now. We're 15th place now.
Oh boy, this is the halfway mark, right?
Yeah. I'm
at 33% on the battery. God.
You're not gonna like this one. 3.
I'm ready when you are. Let's get the
one, go.
Well, anyway, on a beast point of view, it's fine.
On a beast point of view, it's fine. It's your turn now.
I mean, were you expecting me to pick Calderon out of them all?
I mean, no, not really, because I knew you liked Calderon, but then I remember Lucor, and I'm just thinking, wait, what's happened here?
Well, nothing happened. It's just that, I think Calderon's more of an effective beast, so that's why I picked him. You're not going to argue that.
I think I am, actually. Lucor is still very good.
I mean, okay, one thing, okay, aside from his cool name, his cool design, his red eyes, and of course, his kill of Malville, awesome that it is, I guess I wasn't thinking at the time. That's probably my best excuse, but it's not really a good one. Regardless, though, Calderon is still a badass beast, because we don't really get much good starting beasts that are tough as shit. And he absorbs metal, gets stronger, and I think he also grows too.
I don't know about the grows part. I don't think he does.
But still, it's nice to have a beast that is not so easily stopped. Apart from the only way to beat this guy was to use his own weight against him. And normally, we don't really have much good bear beasts in this series, so it's nice to have something. Overall, it's awesome. As for the other ones in this series that we get for the new protectors, Garruk is kind of shits, really. Draka? Good thoughts, yeah. Okay. And Lucor is, of course, badass because of multiple reasons. That it's awesome. And then, of course, I find it funny that it has both green eyes in its good form and red eyes in its evil form, which is convenient to other League series characters. Moving on. But one thing that's embarrassing about it is Lucor has this cute little tail like Brother Bear shit. Okay. But that being said, though, I do enjoy this series. It is all right. I had a big rant about Wraith in this book, and moving on from that. Garruk is all right. Draka is I've lost that point, but I think Adam knows that it's a good book. And Lucor saying no more. Any beast that can kill Malvo deserves respect and some praise, because Malvo is not so easy defeated. Moving on.
Right. Series 5. Let me weave you a tale on my Series 5 is halfway into the list. So it boils down to the weak points being Rock and Coldo. I know Jack likes the idea of Calder being captured by the village people, but to me, it
Me too.
shows a sign of weakness. It does, a beast does not deserve to be called a beast if it could be catched by normal humans.
Yeah, that's kind of shit.
Yeah. Crab, I would agree. Well, I hope he would agree anyway. Is a great start to Series 5. Um, but overall, as a beast, he's just the only okay one. Hawkeye, I personally I love Hawkeye. At one point, she was my favorite of Series 5 and nearly the favorite of the whole series for me. But when it boiled down to it, Hawkeye is just a bird, and she only became very well liked from me because how violent she is in Battle of the Beast. Tremor, honestly, I forget Tremor's abilities so frequently. It's not even funny.
Maybe he did well in Battle of the Beast at one point.
Well, yeah, he's going into round 3 now. But just like I'm going to forget about him at one point. And Amixus is probably going to stay the best of Series 5 for absolutely no reason other than it's a bug. I love my bugs. It's I would argue at one point it's more of a defending her babies thing rather than just wreaking havoc everywhere as well.
That too.
And as I believe Year Unknown says, this was the original Vespic. Yeah,
Hmm?
Vespic's still my girl. So I like the knockoff. But yeah, I
Very
think
good.
you're gonna like this, Lucas. Best Amixis to me is better than Vespic now, and I'm making it official here on Lucas's YouTube channel of 5,800 subscribers.
Well, I didn't expect my sub count to go up because I was AFK for a while.
But yes, still relatively high. You're 20 subs off roughly from 5.7k. Congrats.
Are we at the next spot now?
Yes, 14th place.
Moving on.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Just talking about her too. She must have heard you.
My girl has come to me.
Ex girl. You said you just acknowledged that it just was better than her.
Well, but Vespic isn't a mother, so
And she's like, what about her? So all I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the queen being there or her children? What do I know?
she's just in charge of all the wasps. Doesn't mean she's the mother.
Okay, who's going first?
Me. So Series 8. So Balisk to me is and will stay to be my favorite of Series 8 because of how underrated he is. I know Lucas has mixed opinions on Balisk, but to me, Balisk gets too much hate than he deserves. And honestly, being tasked to defend a ship, great job. He's attempting to do. Whilst yes, the ship is flying, Balisk can split into two and fly too. So yeah, he can defend a ship. Thank you. Overall, though, great starter to me, really. Beast wise, not story. Story is kind of bad.
Mm,
Coron, fantastic beast. I often refer to him as the walking death machine, and Lucas can see why. He has so
yeah,
many weapons at his disposal. Hexen, it's a mixed journey for me for Hexen because he started off as one of my favorites and then just, eh. Now
mm.
he's just, I would say, in the bottom half of the series for me
And I
because
guess
he's
Torno is the weak link.
Torno is and always will be the weak link. I do not understand why Torno is Year Unknown's favorite of Series 8, I believe, but I'm not going to disagree with it. I'm just going to say you're wrong. No, I'm joking. I'm just going to say that I don't agree with it, but I appreciate that someone has to defend the little guy out there.
Hello, Jay.
Oh, hey, Jay. Cronus. Honestly, was my favorite of Series 8. Third favorite. Solid third favorite. It's just a vulture that can shoot laser beams. What were the writers on? I want some of that. Because why would you think laser beams is a good weapon to have on a vulture? But anyway, Blood Ball. You don't like Blood Ball. I think he's getting up there.
Yeah, I'm
But
getting more respect from.
he's getting up there. But I do agree that he is a very bad beast and is overshadowed by his ripoff in a later series, which we both
Yeah.
haven't mentioned yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, if
Um,
you're expecting me to have him as my favorite, we already know the answer to that question.
well, we already know who the favorite of that series is. You already know
And
who
you,
my favorite is on that series.
oh, how
But
kind of you.
anyway, Series 8 is just a great beast, honestly, but terrible story.
Right then,
I can't defend that story.
good for you.
13th place now.
I'm ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, did I talk about this?
Yes, you did. Wait, no, you didn't. Sorry.
Don't remember. Anyway, you just gave your book away, so
Yeah.
lovely. That being said, best pick, the series, of course, which is the follow-up to Series 5. I enjoy the series. It is all right. I think Adam's happy that I put this. Well, maybe he would have been happy to put it higher, but hey, it got this high, so that's saying something on the story. Best pick, of course, is the highlight. She's the main. Well, not the main. I wish she was. Velmal, of course, is back once again. He's taken. I forgot who it was, and I think Adam forgot too, because I think we need to read with this. I'm not sure about this, and that is, who is the poisoned one? Is it the Queen or is it Freya?
It's Freya.
Okay then. What was the Queen's part?
The Queen only appeared in the last book, just flicking away a wasp in the prologue. That's how we were introduced to Mark.
Oh yeah. Komodo's not here because he's shit. He jumped off a cliff and died because he tried to kill Tom and then he fell over. Still, there's the respect for this guy because he's not the worst beast in the world. He's not the best either. That being said, though, Miro is basically a giant rat, and no one really likes rats unless you're Vermock, but that seems more disgusting on appearance-wise. Fang is awesome. Merc's building up there because, like, originally he didn't get much love, but as time's gone on in Battle of the Beast, I think I have more respect for that guy.
Well,
And
it probably comes down to the hypnosis ability, which Jack told me he has.
Yeah, we forgot about that. And then, of course, Terra the tree. Now, Adam's not the biggest fan of tree beasts, but I'm pretty sure this is probably his favorite tree beast, Terra. No? Okay. And then Vespix, no, the chef's kiss, Adam's girl, technically not anymore because Mictus rejected, whatever. And I guess she heard, because I find it ironic that I just drew a Mictus next after you just mentioned that, so I guess maybe Vespic heard you. Awkward. That being said, though, she's awesome as well, the highlight of that series. And I do appreciate, since it's about Freya, of course, it is, again, I've mentioned this prior, when you're doing a series that involves Tom's parents, then it gives an emotional connection. So that's why you put it up there. So that's why it's there. Right, moving on. We should be now. Adam's already revealed this, so I'll reveal mine. Hell of it. Oh, there you are.
Great timing. I was just talking about you.
You must be something about you today, Adam. First, you meant to talk about disrespecting Vespic, and then you talk about awesome Warlock. And you're like,
okay,
we haven't mentioned
well,
it yet.
Anyway, I like to mention Series 27, as I think that might be next for you.
If it's not,
if it's not, then worth a try.
Okay, so who's going first?
You.
Oh, that's right. Adam will not argue me in this in any regard that Warlock is the best of the series, and as originally he probably didn't like him as much on a story or beat perspective, but as time's gone on, he has proven don't judge a book by its appearances. Warlock is nearly unstoppable. Nothing can really kick him down. But this is not just about the beast, this is also about the story. And the story, aside from the ending, it is all right. I like its strong points. I like that we're trying to see arranged marriages can be a good thing. They're not always portrayed as a bad thing. This is a good thing. This is two lovers who actually love each other. Because sometimes in relationships, arranged marriages can work out. You get to find the person your soulmate. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. I like that we have a bit of tension with Tangala trying to be an enemy force, and we figured out the prince. It is kind of a cliche where you have like an advisor of the family or someone in power who's over the traitor. This happens in Aladdin and Jafar, and like Ursula used to be part of the royal family, and then stuff like that. So it happens quite a lot, even with Scar. But yeah, Velmal coming back for revenge is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, it kind of falls flat with what he did at the end. But aside from that, Plexor is awesome, and Quagos is the new improved, blood boar. And the only thing I give Exoric or Xeric, or you pronounce it, the only thing of real credit he gets is that it's something new. That's all I've got for it. Wardock, I already said my piece on that. He is probably the best starter. Agree? One of the best at least.
One of, yes, the best, no.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think, of course, he is one of the very few beasts who does not stop and does not tire, and he has so much stamina that he
I
can
think
smash.
we have enough proof of that on my channel.
And of course, he can smash the strongest substance known to man.
Diamond.
So, hashtag respect for Wardock. And, well, he's already won a tournament, so
That needs
congrats
more
on that.
respect. That is a knighthood for Wardock.
Hey, he beat Morax, and Morax was tough as hell. He's the Omnidroid.
Yeah.
Right, moving
He's
on.
also beaten Malix as well, and Lycaxer.
Is there anything that Reese can't do?
Series 10. Noctilla is the best of that. It peaks at the start. What do you know? Yeah. I think this just boils down to how great Noctilla was in Battle of the Beast, making it to the top 10 in the original series, and only dying to Carnivora. So not a bad loss in any way. Overly or very brutal in that tournament. But great starter this was. Moonon Shamani, weak point by far. Not a great start. Not a great beast really to me. Don't know about story perspective. Lustor, great beast. Top tier beast, but overshadowed. Voltrex, I think a great water beast, but overall just merges into the group of water beasts, making him average. Texan, I know he's meant to be good, but I think his ripoff is better.
That was an interesting fight, though, he did.
Oh yeah, it was definitely an interesting fight. And Doomskull. Honestly, he has the appearance of a great finale, but he isn't a finale-worthy beast. And
Still
I
cool
think
to
that
think,
boils.
though.
I think that boils down to his abilities not being as great as I would have wanted them to.
Yeah.
But to sum up season 10, I would say it's superior in the story perspective. Yeah.
Okay. Number
12.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, and go. Oh,
Funny, I just told about that one.
Yeah, I forgot you had that one there.
So, well, we have, of course, that. So, who's first?
I am.
Go.
So, Series 27. In my opinion, one of the most forgettable seasons of Beast Quest. Because I forgot of these guys' existence when I was running through the seasons in my head. Gorog, remembering him now, first Archeal beast that's actually a cover beast. Quite good ability as well with the heat gazing vision. Devourer, an interesting spin on the bug beast, but turned into a water beast. So it's got the common bug ability with the swarm abilities, but this time gone into a water beast. A giant piranha is a bit disappointing, but great abilities as well, turning water into ice. Nice. And Raptex, we don't talk about him, but let's just say disappointment. And Gargantua, arguably rivals Zircon as the main villain beast of the series, because I think this one's more of the main villain over Caradin.
No
So
question.
I think this is a good rival for Zircon, if you ask me.
I'm surprised you didn't put him above him because he's a serpent.
I mean, it's just a metallic body, being honest. But
Right.
I also need to mention the fighting Gargantua, amazing inner conflict of Tom versus Gargantua's in the mind. But then you have what is, I guess, the most emotional ending to a fight there is, if you ignore Taladon's death in season 10, because you have Epos sacrificing, presumably, her life to protect Tom and Alina from the danger that is Gargantua, which is, in my opinion, a great ending. But oh my god, I felt so emotional from that. And that was the finale of the first series that we read together as well. So that had that little link for me as well.
Righty ho. Series 18, of course, the Triad of Heroes. I will never whenever I do rankings, I make sure to never put this above Series 13 as that came before it, so that's why I'm doing on that. Overall, while there are rip-offs in this series when they do it, this is probably not a bad rip-off, in all fairness. I'm sure I will at least agree on that. It's not better. I'm not saying it's better, but I'm not saying it's not a very bad. They could have done this in a terrible way, but we get Amelia out of this, so I'm not complaining. And Amelia is a good character.
I mean, that's good.
I mean, I wish we saw more of Amelia because I think, personally, if we are going to give Tom a love interest, Amelia is probably the best bet. No, I'm sorry. I know Elaine is a thing. I know there are subtle hints. I really don't want them to be a couple, and I hope it doesn't happen.
There are some people that think Petra should be the love interest.
Yeah, I know. They've even had that flirtation vibe. I would even go that. It's like, I just don't want the cliche thing of the obvious girl in the group that he spends most time with to be his lover interest. That feels like a cliche thing to do. I understand. I get why, because well, hey, they're close friends, they're good stuff. Yeah, I get that. I just feel like it's kind of a cliche move at the same time. So, I just kind of like Amelia's chemistry with Tom on a romantic level compared to Elena's chemistry with it. That's just me. But overall, aside from that, of course, she's a good rival to him in this series. With her uncle, who's not really her uncle, but well, fuck it. I didn't say there was going to be spoilers in this series, and I don't give a shit. Her uncle is Jezrin. Yep. And the real uncle is obviously dead, so it's kind of a blow there. It's nice to see. Well, yeah, interesting beat. That's the thing I like about Beast Quest. One of the things I do like about Beast Quest is sometimes we do get beasts we don't suspect to see. As you mentioned that with that piranha, we get a jellyfish right there, which should have won a fight, but that's everything has its flaws. Battle of the Beasts. Overall, Carixa is awesome as well. The Diamond Warrior, which is smashed by only the most strongest of beasts, and of course, Praetor is not the worst. Well, he's not the best bat beast, but he's all right. I can tolerate him. Drogon is probably the weak link here, and the story, one of the best. I appreciate that it's not the best series. Of course, it is a rip-off kind of. But what makes it unique is they try to do something different with it, and we get a competition. Whereas the Trial of Heroes is more of a past these noble tests. There was no competition, so at least they're giving us something new to make it fresh and interesting. Right, so I'm said my piece there.
Yeah. So Trial of Heroes, how is that not a competition? It's Tom versus Amelia.
Yeah, I said it is.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, sorry. 11th place.
I said it was a competition. That way, different to Series 13. That's why it's not a bad ripoff.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, no. 11th place. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. Not bad choices. So, who's first?
You. But I do need to point out how hilarious it is. You're referring to Series 13 a lot, and then Series 13 comes up.
The same thing goes with Vespic, so. Okay, then. Series 9. I have grown more respect for this series as time has gone on. Ursa's kind of shit, so not really the best of starters for that shit, but once you get. And yeah, I know I did rant on it earlier. My past self ranted on about that flipping thing of the basket, but overall, as time has gone on, I have grown over that grudge, and hopefully one day I'll get back to Baraka to reread it. Silver, of course, is my high point. I've always enjoyed the concept of when one of the 4 candidates is infected by evil, because it tests our heroes. It also tests the villain, like how much they know of each other. Can you stop him? Will it? So I always appreciate that kind of knowledge there. The other 2 beasts, Spikefin is not the worst water beast in the world. He has been beaten and on stuff, but it's the first concept of a merman, so there's that for you. And it's the main concept of humans being turned into beasts. Well, it was established prior. It's more taking place in this series as well, with Karaka as well. Menox is probably the weak link for me. Me saying that now is very weird to say, but I guess I'm more curious for Karaka now, so that's surprising to say. And then, of course, nothing can be said about Torpix. Torpix is a beast. And not just
really,
yeah, not just that it is a beast, but it is badass. That we don't really see many independent beasts that have their own mindsets. So it is pretty cool and mysterious in how it does, and I'm happy how it did in Battle of the Beasts. Overall, as time has gone on, while Series 3 is a series that is underrated over time, and the Series 9 is a series that, for me personally, has grown over time. But I've, as in popularity wise, Series 3 has been disrespected by the public at first, but the public has appreciated it over time. But for me, Series 9 is the personal one on that note. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad to see Series 9 quite high on your list, just barely missing out on the top 10. But I'll live
I
with
also
that.
appreciate that Malville is in a weak state, and it's a nice trait we see when we don't get to see the villain in, and also that Petra gets the villain in.
Yeah, I was thinking of that as well. Petra starts her anti-hero arc.
Yeah.
Series 13. Now, yeah. Story-wise, it's fantastic. Beast-wise, be honest, half of them you forget exist. Skurek and Targro, I have to constantly check what their abilities are because I forget they exist. I forgot that Skurek was a giant maggot. Of all things, I thought I remember that. But Slivka and Linka is the start of where this series gets dark. This series was what the Darkest Hour should have been. Series name wise, anyway. But it starts getting dark, starts having that mentality state of Tom, starting to get more, I would say, careless with how he treats these beasts. And then Vermok, personally to me, Vermok is in the back of end of that series as one of the worst. But what are you gonna do? I don't like him. And then we got this thing here, this thing, favorite to win of the original series of Battle of the Beast, died in round 2 because of his ego.
Ooh.
But yeah, but Koba, I would say, has some of the best abilities that any beast can have or will have. And now that he's got a second chance in Battle of the Beast, I like to think he would do well. But I know his opponent, and I think he's got his work cut out for him now. But Series 13 for me, story-wise, it prevails. Beast-wise, it's only first 50% good.
Hmm?
The rest of it's just there. Right,
then.
we're now cracking into the top 10.
Boy. I'm at 16% on the phone.
Oh dear. Oh.
Yeah, if I have to rush to get the charger, no. Right, then let's press on.
Do you want to get the charger now, or
you think I should?
Probably should.
All right, we'll be right back after these short commercials with Adams talking of other stuff.
Wait for the door to shut. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Underline. Yeah, but anyway, that is why Pokemon is the best game in the world, and that nothing will change my mind.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's fine, Adam.
You're gonna have a right laugh.
Everyone has their favorite.
You're gonna have a right laugh when you watch the live stream back up.
You just tell me now.
I'm gonna save it for a surprise.
If I watch the footage, and if I don't, well.
Well, I wouldn't know if you watch it or not, because you will question me on it.
All right. Right then, where are we at?
Top 10.
Oh yeah. I'm ready when you are.
2, 1, go.
So, who's first?
Me. But first of all, Series 21, great series. I'm glad to see it in the top 10. Series 15. This is, to me, one of the most underrated seasons of Beast Quest. Wardock, we've already been over. He now has 2 crowns, one of which he guards from Tom and Rotu when they try to take it from him, and another crown which no one can take off him. Not anymore, anyway. like Axel made his best attempt. But yeah, Wardock. My respect for Wardock has skyrocketed because of that tournament, but can't beat the Loch Ness monster. Zarek, unfortunately, he is the weak point. I like the originality, but then again, I look at him and I think of Skurrik. I don't know why, don't know how, but I don't like either of them.
The mouth perhaps?
Maybe. Plexor, shining star of Series 15 to me. And the key to an overused joke in the previous tournament, which I do not regret a single bit because I had so much fun doing that. And I was so tempted to continue it back up again. But I decided not to this. The Quagos. Just okay. Like, it's a upgraded version of Bloodboar, but overall it's just a random beast terrorizing a city. Yeah, it's still one of the worst beasts of that series. However, I will say I like the part where he bows down to Tom to make the townspeople think he's in allegiance with Tom. So that means Tom is painted as the bad guy. That's one of my favorite parts of that book and the series in general. But other than that, it can't say that Quagos is just a mediocre beast. And Series 15 overall, good series with one weak point. So why Series 21 7th place?
Well, this is, of course, Malvol's return. I mean, yeah, he was established prior, but this is, I think, his proper return. And, of course, as Adam has pointed out in one of his previous videos, this is, of course, Malvol's best plan, where he's bringing back, of course, evil beasts from the Neverworld. And if these beasts die, he unlock the Neverworld, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. Oh, that makes sense. He's got this book that gives him the ability to bring beasts from the Neverworld, but I guess he can only bring out a certain number of them, one at a time, perhaps, or four at most.
To sum it up, the further Tom gets into the quest, the more closer Malvo gets to winning.
Yeah, his goal is, of course, to unlock a portal to the Neverworld where he can release the entire army of the Neverworld beasts. But then again, what can you control all the beasts with the Neverworld book? Is it that powerful?
With the Book of Durfsin, I believe you could.
Well, good for him, because if he doesn't, he's going to have an apocalypse of monsters out of his control.
What have I done?
Well, if I die, you're going with me. That's how it is. It feels like a desperate plan for him. I think he kind of knows there are some stakes if things don't go to plan. But he's like, I think at this point, I don't care. I'm sick of this kid. So that's how desperate he is to win. So that makes it fun. Hashtag respect for Grimon to get out of the way with. For just saying it's happy. But I know Adam's not really a big fan of that book, and even now, despite all that respect, he probably still doesn't like it. I can't really make a defense for it either. Moving on, Scraw is one of the highlights. Tyrannix is also a highlight to me. I don't really have any bad things to say. It's always nice to see a better Spider Beast. Lapida, I know Adam really likes Lapida. I think the wings are very menacing. If I'd say, Scraw, I think I like, on a story point of view, I think I put Tyrannix more only because it's affecting baby Thomas, so that's probably why. I still like Lapida really good too. And yeah, so beast-wise, awesome. Story-wise, with the stakes involving Thomas, with the stakes involving the Marvel's new plan, I think that it builds up to something great. And I was able to double correct Adam on the how he died, because he felt like Tom was going down that dark path. No, he wasn't. That Malvol's death came down to his own incompetence of desperation. He wanted that book so badly it led to his own demise. When something falls, make sure to look where it lands.
Yeah. The dark path for Tom doesn't start in Series 21. It starts 3 seasons later. Sorry.
On the other hand, though, Malvo did survive that, so claps for Malvo. You survived your own army. I'm surprised. I guess he read the book before he got attacked. Then why doesn't he just try the plan again?
I would like to know how that portal's shut.
Yeah, there are some nitpicks there. So overall, I still enjoy the series.
Anyway, moving on. 9th place.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. What was your last one that you? Okay, before I showed 21, what did you have?
I had Series 15.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
ninth place for me and you. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fair enough. Who's first?
Right, you are.
Of course, no. Nothing can be said against the Warriors Road. What the end of the classic era, and on the very least, at least the classic era ended on a strong note. I hope the new era will end on a good note. The thing is that that's the thing, though. If the new era ends, what's after it then? Nothing.
The revival era? I'd assume the new era ended on Series 7, being honest.
I mean, in order
and then we're on the revival era now.
But yeah, so the only I guess the way for the new era to end is like they change the number of books again. That's probably enough to make a new era. But regardless, the classic era is awesome, and of course it goes out on a high note. Skirrick news. Moving on from that, we don't talk about Skirrick now. We don't like talking about. Targo, he's all right. I think he's gained a little bit more respect over time, not much, but he's gained a tiny bit, smidge. It's a smidge. Come on, he's not the worst beast. Anyway, Slivka, it's nice to see a monster. Not many. We don't get many monstrous beasts, so he kind of reminds me. He kind of reminds me of that creature from Lord of the Rings, who drags down the wizard, Gandalf.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, but Slipper has earned the reputation as the mascot for.
Well, there's that for you. Linka, take what you will. It's another monstrous beast that they're trying to make with these chimera things. It's all right. Vermok, I didn't. On a story point of view, I think it's a very creepy story with like these ruins and this giant naked rat running around, which that sounds pretty creepy. Think about it. And then you've got this mysterious man who's like, come follow me, Tom. So in a way, presentation-wise, it has a good thing for it. Then of course, no wing can be said about Koba. He is essentially not the villain. He's just another beast not working for the villain. I think the villain was it Jezrin?
The villain was Jezrin, yeah.
But when this guy takes her, I wish he was the villain. That's what I wish. And he seems like he would be the villain. But I guess for whatever reason, Jezrin's not around. And, I think Jezrin tries to make Tom evil and stuff. And Tom resists it, which leads to Koba. And then he's tested and all that stuff in different ways. And boy, does he test him in every way. Mentally, physically, verbally, and of course, physically, and any other way you can think of. Overall, he is a good boss beast. He's one, of course, though, since he's so powerful, he does need to have a weakness, and of course, it is, of course, ego, and that leads to his demise. So, overall, Series 13, it's a good concept seeing Tom trying to get his powers, and I did enjoy it. So, that being said, and as long as I do rankings, I will always put you never know how it's going to come out. Series 13 will always be above Series 18 because it was the original idea.
Good sentence. I like that sentence.
I made my friend.
Anyway,
moving on.
29. This series, I think it's the best of the new Protectors by a long shot.
Right.
Story-wise, I can see why it's slightly better than Series 30, but for me, beast-wise, it is miles better. Because Garox is the weak point, but I wouldn't say it was terrible. I'll just say it was just okay. Calderon is good. Lucor was great. And for me, Draka is the best of this series. And that's because it just reminds me of Torpix, but with wings. I can't explain why, but something else, for those who have been paying attention, you will notice that my favorite beast of series 28, 29, and 30 were all beasts that Nolan has fought. So, yeah, I think that's trying to say something there.
So is Draka another one of those non-stop killing machine type things?
Yes, definitely.
Whilst
Draka doesn't have an eternal flame to protect, or a crown to say that he's the best of the best, he, I think Draka stands out to me as the one which can make a very good impact on the Battle of the Beast tournament, but depending who his opponents are, he may not get that chance. Calderon, I think, will last the longest in the Battle of the Beast tournament, so yeah, I bet you're happy to hear that. Luthor, I like to think, would last a while, but I won't hold my breath there.
Well, the fact he killed Malvel raises his power up, so.
Yeah. But overall, Series 29 is the best Battle of Beast that we've had in the new Protectors era.
Ah, boy. Do you hope that it's the end of the new Protectors?
I would like to kind of see them a bit more, because I like Nolan, I like Catcher, Myandra's nice, Wraith is there, so...
Okay. Right then.
Right.
Moving on.
8th place now.
Right, when you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Wow, Series 10.
Gotta get to eventually.
Yeah. Right. Series 19. The Kingdom of Dragons. Not Kingdom of Dragons, it is the Kingdom of Dragons. Otherwise known as Draconian. So this series, I would say, is the most consistent series, which has good beasts from the beginning going to the end, with only probably 2 kind of weak points, but they're defended by having good abilities. So Quarg, obviously the stone gazing. Korvax, she can revive parts of herself by going into water. And Vetrix, I like the frills where you just shake poisonous droplets off, but the inaccuracy there is making me lose a bit of liking for him. Stritor, do I need to say why this is the best? Let's just say he has access to a skeleton army. That's just his worst ability as well. Something I do need to point out, when I said this is the most consistent series, I mean this is the first consistent series of Beasts, because there is 2 more coming up, which I would argue are pretty consistent as well. But this is a good standard for what we are to expect in the later seasons of Beast Quest. And if you've been paying attention to my ranking, you would know that I got a lot of seasons after this one left to talk about. So I think we know where my thoughts lie with after Series 19. It's a good series, honestly, and I would rank it higher, but I can't, in good conscience, put Quarg, Korvax, and Vetrix higher when I know I have a problem with each of them.
And given what's above it is probably good too.
Yeah, and 8th place I think we'll live with there for that.
Right then, Series 10. Of course, no, there's no surprise Series 10 is up as high as it is, because it felt to me, anyway, this would have been the last series. It did, because they brought Malvel back one last time to test Tom. Because at that point, this series is where Tom lost his father, and it made him do reckless things. It made him not think. He felt more fleshed out. Nowadays, Tom is kind of treated as kind of a douche in a way, and I mean, not kind of a stubborn, like prideful, but whatever. But back then, he was sympathetic. He was concerned about he would always think about his actions before he would do them, and that's how I think we all liked Tom, because like we could picture him, we could so relate to his struggles, and that's what made him an awesome character. And I hope he comes back to that, because if he doesn't, then I guess a lot of people will not be relating to this character anymore. That's another thing. Yeah. Is that why they brought the new Protectors in? Because they want the characters to relate to? So I wish it was not the expense of Tom, though.
Yeah, I think maybe that he introduced the new Protectors. I said to draw in newer audiences, which I like to think it's doing. But it's also showing the age of the current heroes that we have, that we see as our heroes. Because Tom and Lena, yeah, they're probably 15 now. But if you go to Silver, Silver has shown his age. Because Silver and Storm have been retired from the newer season. And Silver has been mentioned to be quite old and brittle now.
Right. Yeah, I see it.
Seeing the what you said of Tom's actions after Taladon died, it reminds me of Doomskull, where he threatened a kid of his age, just saying, "Where did this beast go?" Or Malvo, whichever one they were talking about. But
Hmm.
I do understand the dark-ish twist that it takes is what makes Series 10 a great story.
Indeed, you. Jay, I don't want to interrupt anything, but how did you both find out the series? If you're talking about overall, Adam saw my videos. If you're talking about this series, the series I revealed, how did you find out this series? I guess you just followed up.
I would say the story's better than the Beast.
Wow. As to finish my analysis though, again the Tom stuff is awesome. The Beast, Tecton, take what you will. Doomskull, it's nice to see a Sphinx again. The original okay. Based on that, then Voltrix, Tecton, Doomskull are three beasts that we have never seen concept before: an armadillo, a Sphinx, and an octopus. So it's very, very rare you get to see 3 or 4 of that new things. Of course, we have a panther, which again is kind of still new, but it's still a giant cat. And then Noctilla, okay, is an owl, which is the first time we saw an owl, so it's technically 4 out of 5. Well, Luster's a toad, so 5 new animals?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. The panther, we have seen a panther before. His name is Stealth. I don't know if you heard of him.
Oh yeah, panther.
Yeah, the best of Series 4.
Malvel, I like that Malvel takes the. And of course, it's also good on the villain point of view that Malvel has to use a different type of plan where he's using these warriors turned to knights, so it's a nice mix. I like that. Overall, I did enjoy the series. I had a lot of great tension. If Beast Quest ended this series, I would have been happy. I'm sure Adam would have been happy if the series. Okay, if it ended at 13, we would have been happy. If it ended at 10, we agree we'd be happy. So yeah, I'm fine how it is.
Moving on. Right. 7th place now. We're nearly at the end, Lucas. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, who's first?
You are.
Now, of course, Adam will not argue why this series should be so high. This series is awesome. Yeah, the Beast kind of, well, Brat text kind of weakened it a bit, but hey, it's nice to see a Griffin again. But overall, story-wise, Caridin and Gargantua are like one of the best duos of evil ever. Like, this is a villain that is, this is 27 now, so we haven't had a good villain since Zircon, Exarchon, right?
Zircon, Exarchon, Rhea, Croco. So.
Well, I'm saying new villain, like.
New, right? Yeah, Zargon fell flat for me, so yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to see that. Of course, a reference to Lord of the Rings with the dark ring that possesses the user. The ring. There, I did it. Okay, but yeah, Gargantua is of course the temptress snake creature that will basically she's the equivalent of the symbiote, where the darkness join the dark side and you will win and all that stuff. She has the power. She's got the touch. She's got the power. And of course, she's doing it all for her survival to keep herself alive. But she does offer you the power. I think it's the same amount of power she has. Do you think it's the same amount of power she has, or like she's holding back 1% more for herself?
I would say she's holding back more power for herself. Because that sounds like Gargantua.
Yes, as it was. She manipulates people and to do their bidding to keep herself alive, because that's how most villains tend. They don't want to fight themselves because they're concerned that they might lose, so they tend to send others to do their dirty work. Which Adam has taken advantage of this ability and used it in Battle of the Beast, which you could say is kind of breaking the rules, but I didn't make the tournament. It's his decision to make.
Well, that, and I would say Gargantua of all beasts should be a rule breaker. I'm surprised you remembered that, actually.
Well, it's just common knowledge. Like, she's not technically fighting.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm surprised you remember that in Battle of the Beasts.
Well, I try my best, Adam. I do try my hardest. Overall, though, I find Gargantua, it's a great villain. It's nice to. Sometimes I prefer Beast villains over this. I would say I prefer her than Koba, only because Koba's got an ego. Then again, Gargantua's one too, but she's got more reason to be secure of herself, I guess, because of what she can do with her ability. Imagine if she did this on Koba. Ooh, I'd rather not. She probably could, because Koba's got an ego. So
Yeah.
that would be creepy. But regardless, I did enjoy Series 27. Carradine is a creepy villain. His face is stuff of nightmares. And the fact that she keeps passing it on that power, like first I'll do Tom, then he will become evil. And I like that Tom is tempted by darkness once again. But we know that now you could argue that Tom did not get any more development after Series 24, but in a way, old Tom came back when when evil was tempted at him again, he denied it right in the face. I don't know if he got help. Did he need help to get rid of that temptation, or did
I
he?
think I think Alina helped him out of it.
Yeah, okay. Even if he didn't do it by himself, the fact that Lena helped him, Rebecca, because we all know how Dark Tom last time, awesome. If this series was a follow up, while it would have been probably a retcon to Series 24, like they're doing that again, I don't mind because how the series came after this 28 onward, it's the new Protectors arc is not really the best thing for me. But overall, I enjoyed the series. Gorg was awesome, like I said. Devora New Beast thing, I liked it. And of course, Gargantua is awesome as one of the best villains in all of Beast Quest, and I will not argue with that in neither ladder.
Would you say that'll make a good finale for, let's say, the new era?
If this new era ended there, I wouldn't have it.
Transfer to the.
Oh, yeah.
We could only hope. So, Series 21, to me, the most underrated series of Beast Quest there is. And that's because with standards set so high from Series 19 and 20, with how popular they were, you'd expect Series 21 to be just as popular. Sorcerer's Revenge, Malbell comes back, but no one cares for it. Why? I don't know.
I cared.
Look, yeah, I care as well, but I'm trying to say, fan base, people won't care. It just didn't get the popularity I believe it deserves. Greymon, justice for Greymon, weak start, though. Not a great start, and he died the same way Komodo did. Come on. But Skra, best of Series 21. I can't argue with Lucas there, and I won't. Tyrantix, great follow up, and great introduction to Baby Thomas, if you ask me. Sum him up. Improvement over Arachnids. I didn't judge the book by his cover this time. So, but Tyrantix, I like him, but it's just good.
Girl?
I like her. This is great. Tyrantix is good. Lipida, to me, is good as well. Not as good as Tyrantix, but it's a good finale to Series 21 because that's when Tom realizes, wait, I can't kill this beast. Maverick's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Why not?
It's on Affinity Gauntlet. Just.
Or you could just also be, Lipida, just stand there for me, will you?
Yeah, and then it has the ending, the stakes which you want in Series 12. 9 seasons later, we got the stakes that you want. And then, yeah, nitpick. How did it close after they fell in? I'll never know. But other than that, great series. And great batch of beasts, -1 mole. Moving on to 6th place now.
Oh boy.
3, 2, 1, go. Wow, 6th place, Series 1. Wow.
Nostalgia.
I just remembered Series 1 hasn't been mentioned. No, Series 2 hasn't been mentioned yet. Yeah. Right, Series 26. For me, okay, yes, I can't remember the story. Fine, I'll take that. But beast-wise, this is another consistent series of beasts. Starts off with Technos, a Gamera, a Godzilla's friend, a giant turtle, as you would. Honestly, I've had so much fun with every Battle of the Beast I did with Technos, and that surprises me of all people. But I gained my respect for Technos during Battle of the Beast. Malik's Hydra. It's a Hydra.
And one of the best competitors in Battle of the Beast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Made it to the final 7 before being killed by who killed him again? Oh yes, Wardog. Yes, the winner.
Oh god.
Then we got Thylexa, the weak point of Series 26. But to me, quite a good beast if you ignore
Ego.
her very good ability of not winning.
Everyone has an ego.
Yeah, and Chiron, for me, second best of Series 26. I don't understand dislike that you have for him, but for me, Chiron has some of the best abilities for a fire-related beast. And I'm making the most of that title, Lord of Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Plus,
If I had any disappointment to him, it was probably because I was hoping that it was not going to be the villain possessing him. I was hoping to be the original thing. Just story reasons why it made issues for me.
well, at least it's a centaur. I like centaurs.
So when you do Chiron, is it the villain in that body, or is it Chiron? Right, okay, it's the villain.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zargon and Chiron fused. But,
Right then.
yeah,
Yeah, because wasn't there in the tapestry, right? Didn't we see? I forgot. It's been ages. But there was a picture of the tapestry, right? And they had was Chiron in his normal form, or was he in the centaur form?
he was in the centaur form.
Which shouldn't exist because that's a plot hole. I remember this. I remember bringing up the plot hole. He should be in that form that isn't fused yet. So
Yes.
if that didn't happen, Chiron would have been a horse.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting finale.
I mean, I would have been disappointed, but
okay. Well, series 1, where it all began.
Cycle.
If it wasn't for this series, well, Beast Quest would probably dead. It'd be dead as this, and not as though. So, got respect, series 1. It's how it is. Whatever started this show or any TV or movie, you have to respect what came the first thing that came for it. And this series is promoted the hell. PS4 game. It's on a truck. Literally, it was on a pickup truck trailer on Twitter. And then there's all these comic books and annuals and all these maze. There was even a maze of this. My first introduction to Beast Quest was a maze like Where's Wally? You had to find these things. That's how I was first introduced to it. And it was awesome. So overall, this series will never die. It will always be remembered, and that is awesome. I do wish that the thing is that most people nowadays, if you bring up Beast Quest, they just series 1 over that, moving on. Just read it, please. Give it a shot. That's what I don't like about people. Some people just see something and don't bother reading it. I don't know, trying is not a hard thing to do. As it stands, though, Verno, he is such a badass. If he fights Wardog, that would be a popcorn movie thing to see. Sepron, I like Sepron more than Adam, probably because it's the smile. Again, Adam told me about the smile, so there's that for you too. The tension of Tom going underwater at the time when he doesn't have his powers, that's another thing that raises the stakes. He's new to this. He doesn't have his powers. It's kind of a Star Wars thing where you have like the farm boy type thing becomes the hero. So that's also that underdog tone to him. And him, it also feels kind of like we've also, Adam's seen Philosopher's Stone, where you have the new companion or the new hero. You're on with him, you meet these new characters, you begin to like them, and you go on this journey. So it feels very nostalgic and old school, and it's very cool like that. Tagus, yeah, weak, but overall, he is a good, friendly beast, and over time, you do respect him. And I do like the concept they had to kind of do, in the story point of view, Tagus is where they had to first realize we kind of have to lie to get for the greater good. Because they couldn't tell the truth to these villagers, but they kind of had to lie to get their way. So, for the greater good. Nanook, yeah, not the best thing in the world. So everyone has their weakness there. The only thing that book really gave to me was like it gave tension to Ellen. Ellen was like trapped in her cave or something. They had to Nanook had to be saved and be freed to get them out of that cave thing. Arcta, take what you will of it. And then of course Epos, hashtag rest in peace for that. I hope you're in a better place. And if you are somehow alive, I look forward to your return. And that finale in the stone volcano, it's nice to see that first confrontation between Malvel and him. And that little hint that Malvel is always out the world. He wasn't dead. So at that point, yeah, that hint made sense. Overall, I would say Arcta, you probably have the weak spot. But Arcta had this. Arcta had one of the best abilities that Tom had, and that was the falling feather. That's helped so many times. So there's that for you. What did
Arcta's fight was also quite good.
Oh yeah, that too. Cyclops. Nanook spell help with the cold, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. So
yeah,
I think he gave him something. Tigers gave him speed, and then Sepron gave him survive currents. Apples made him Heal. Yeah, Outburst is the most useful. So all these abilities are useful too. I can't say more than I have to. And of course, references this piece has been compared to and no doubt Oglazi from What's Scooby Doo. So overall, no more to be said. Beast Quest Series 1 will always remain high for me anyway, and some point a good spot for us all. Whether you like it or not, it will always be remembered.
Me, it's just middle of the road, but yeah, it's where it starts it all and sets a huge standard for what to expect for the rest of the series.
Right then, moving on.
Fifth place.
Do we need to do the countdown? Okay.
2, 1, go. Oh.
Hmm.
Right, your turn.
What does need to be said about the Lost Beast and the Kai on a story perspective? Each beast has a purpose. I originally said in my review that Menox's role was to guard the slaves, but I believe the slaves were doing something to help make the Armada.
Yeah.
Right? And what was that? Red
At
Steel?
the forge, they're making the metal for the weapons, like the cannons and the swords
yeah, so
and that. The
Menox was guarding the weapons.
The elixir wells
Larnax.
makes the ships fly. Is what makes the ships fly. The jungle.
Jurog. He was guarding the woods.
Do I need to explain what the jungle is for? And the docks is where the ships are kept.
Just like her father, she has a sea beast guard the ships. So for symbolism there.
Yeah, this sea beast is good. Well, no, they're both great. But so
each beast has its purpose. That's awesome. I had no complaints about that setup at all. Rhea is one of the best villains in Beast Quest. She is, of course, the reason why Tom is evil. And this is her second plan now, because she was introduced in the Lobster special. This is her first main scheme, I believe.
Yes, it is.
And she shows it. Her first main scheme is awesome. Her follow-up is just as awesome. And we don't see her again after that, I don't believe.
I don't think we did, no.
Damn it! She's probably the best villain overall. No plot of hers has been bad yet. She's even killed
the good ones.
She's killed her father.
No, she didn't kill her father.
Well, didn't she kind of arrange it?
No, she didn't arrange it. I think
Sanpeo
just got unlucky.
Of course he did. That's how it turns out. But yeah, the plot is awesome. Rhea is awesome as a villain. No question there. I do like that, Tom has to deal with old scores with Rhea, because it's thing like, I want to be done with Senpei already, but no, it never stops. I like that the little tension with Nicepher at the end, going on that pirate ship. Oh, there's a bit of tension there. Jurog is an underrated monkey beast, and that's surprising for Adam there. Larnac is one of the base, a locust beast, which is an interesting design. And Menox, I don't know exactly what he is, but I think he's supposed to be a giant humanoid rat. I can't really think of what it is there. Regardless, though, I will not forget the awesomeness that is the Lost Beast of Makai.
I won't. It's a great series, but I haven't even talked about it yet, so I think we know that means it's good for me. Right. Series 25, The Prison Kingdom. I did not just check the name of that series.
That's for Lycax for making it so far.
Lycax, come on. Like, if you see my previous tournament, you know why this is my favorite of Series 25. So it starts off weak with Acorsa, the All-Seeing 8. Sticks with the trend. It sticks with the trend on Monkey Beast, which I don't like. But I do need to say it has two good abilities: 360-degree vision and controlling of the jungle vines.
And it fell over.
Yeah. It didn't help in Battle of the Beast. Whatever. It's not that good anyway. Lycax, what do I need to say? He's the runner-up for good reason. Great abilities, one of the most overpowered beasts. Being blind, that's a good thing. And out of all the dog-related beasts, which I know should have high sense of hearing and smell, this one I think should have higher because he doesn't even see. The others can see. Glarky, I think it's a water centipede. I can't remember what the animal. Yeah, a water centipede. Great abilities. weird design, but a good fight as well. Can't seem to last more than 2 rounds in Battle of the Beasts, so take what you will. Diprox, for me, yeah, not the best bug beast, but credit where credit's due, it is quite cool. But other than that, there's nothing really much else which makes Diprox seem that great, which is why I had to put the series in 5th place, ranking all the beasts together. Because you have 2 beasts that pull it down, one that barely hoists it up, and one that carries it on its back. So yeah, series 25, 5th place, because there's only one great beast and one good beast.
Well, we're coming close to the end now.
Yeah, top 4. So I want to say thank you for taking me on this journey. It's been an honor. I only know 3 of your seasons which are left. I can't remember the other one.
Okay then.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, that one exists. Right.
You've talked about it.
That was the one I forgot about.
Who's first?
I am. So series 9.
These cover designs look really good. Thank you, Jay.
The what design?
Last comment.
Oh. Okay, so anyway, series. Right, okay. So yeah, series 9, 4th place. I had to give it 4th place because of 2 glaring weaknesses it has. Their names are Ursus and Minus. Fortunately, what can you do?
Also, they kind of norms words meaning minor, don't they? Ursus, Minus.
Yeah,
Carry on.
They're not great. Karaka and Spikefin are great in my opinion. They're not Torpix and Silver levels are great, but they're still what I'd class as above average beasts. Both with their combat skills of agility and close-up attacks, especially Karaka. Karaka having a 10 out of 10 for its fights, I had to be like, yeah, let's give it to it. And it really does deserve that 10 out of 10, need to be honest. Then you got the god tiers of season 9 and Silver. No, I'm joking. Silver is a god tier beast of series 9. It's an understandable reason why Silver is your favorite of series 9, because an ally turn into a beast. Honestly, if Torpix didn't exist, that would have been my favorite of series 9. And then Torpix comes in. Like, come on. The only proper beast of Seraph, and the one with arguably one of the most important jobs there is of protecting the internal flame. Why else would it win Battle of the Beast?
It just happens to be a snake.
No. It's not biased. It's factual. I need to make that into a quote. But Series 9, I would love to have had it higher. But it has 2 beasts which pull it down so much for me that I have to rank it 4th place. That's the highest I can rank it, and that's the highest I could in good conscience without being ridiculed for my obvious bias towards snakes. But Series 9, great series. One of the last original series left on this ranking for me. Not the last, but one of. And for me, second best of the original series.
Right. So, Zorkin, Exicon, he's finally here. What needs to be said about this series? Woo! He is the one villain who, in a way, is very close to beating Tom. He's the one who destroys the golden armor, or is it the belt?
Yeah, he destroys the golden armor.
So that's a victory. It's something that Malville tried to stop. He succeeds at. He is, of course, the villain of this series, and we did not figure it out until the freaking book read. Of course, that's how stupid we are. But what we're going to do? Introduction of another tree beast. Yay! I'm not the biggest fan of Crojax, but the fact you put up a fight against Warwick is commended. Torker, no, sorry, Torker. I think Crojax is above you. And I would explain my joy for Exarchon slash Shuriken. The reason why I call him Exarchon, to answer your question, is well, those who are wondering, is because since he's a made up word, I like to give the letter X its chance of its proper pronunciation when I can. If it's like a real word, like say xylophone, then I understand why I have to do it while I do. But when you have an opportunity to say the word X, you want to, man, that's why. So not the best reason, but somewhat hopefully justifiable. I enjoy it. It's a great series. It puts Tom back to square one. He does lose his powers. They have to figure out what's going on. We didn't know what's going on because that's how we are. But the fact that Tom is back to square one makes it, it gives him that, hey, even if Tom loses everything, he can still pull out the winner. So that shows that.
Something I like about Series 23 is that it starts out as not a villain attempting to win. It starts out as a villain actually winning. Take away Tom's golden armor, banish him to I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to call it the Borderlands of Avantia. I know it's not it. And then you learn the mystery of King Hugo's brother, because that's who Zircon shapeshifted as. And how we didn't notice that, I don't know. We're idiots. We've been over this. Can we move on?
Didn't Kens's Petra's mother? What was Petra's mother's name? Whatever. She magicked her the Hugo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
There you go.
Anyway, moving on. Top 3. This could be our last attempt at a tie. This can make or break a chance of a tie for us.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
There's Series 2 for you, which means we're coming to a close on it.
Yeah.
All right, who's first? Of course, Series 2 is this high. It's a series that, I like it's probably the best Fetch Quest series. Probably is. It's the Golden Armor. A nice follow-up to Series 1, where instead of the villain trying to gain power, the villain is trying to stop the hero from gaining power. So it's a nice twist that you don't really expect. I like the little subtle hints to Wizard of Oz where he makes the giant face and I'll get you and I'll stop you and I've got these evil beasts that can't be redeemed. Zephyr is kind of weak. I'll give it credit. It's nice to see an interesting creature you wouldn't expect to see in this type of franchise. We don't talk about the next book. We don't talk about it. It exists. That creature should not be wearing that thing. Vipera, the Snake Man. I like this book. I like the concept of putting Tom in a desert and testing his environmental skills. So that's why I like it there. Arachnid is awesome. No question about that. Creepy for the parents, apparently, and creepy for the kids. So, also, I do like the whole that also extra couple of trying to save that other woman. There's that nice concept there. Trelion, I always pronounce it that way, just with the pun of the word, saying it like that. That's how I do it. The three-headed lion concept I do enjoy, where depending on what animal it is, if it has multiple heads, if it's a good animal and it says a lion, it works to my advantage. And the fact that it builds up to the next series is a nice build up. Like, oh, I like this. So yeah, it has a lot of elements where I'm like, and each time Tom wins, he gains a new magical power. So it's again call back to series 1 where the hero is getting stronger and you feel so enjoying the quest to see what powers you're going to get next. So I liked it. Of course, I didn't mention this. Sultra, yes, sorry. Sultra is, of course, the high point of the series. The creepy atmosphere that she gets where she's going to Tom's. I think this is Malva's personally getting back in, sending probably his best beast of the bunch after his parents and his town. The creepy fog it makes, the singing voice, and the eye. It's very tempting and it really tests Tom. And I love it when a personal beast tests Tom, and it will come later down the series each time. He will come across so many big opponents at the end of these series. But this one wasn't at the end. This was like halfway through. That's saying something. So, Ultra, you're awesome, and so is this series.
I'm glad you agree with me on the story being very good for Series 2. Yeah, now I need to go on Series 22. So what has not been said about the Lost Beast of Mackay that has not already been mentioned? The beasts have a job. Oh, that has been mentioned. Menux is the weakest. That's also been mentioned. Nasefa is a great mermaid. That's also been mentioned. Okay. Durog is the best monkey beast there is.
I already mentioned that.
Larnak is
Locust. I mentioned it.
Yeah.
She calls it the whales. You mentioned that prior.
Okay, you mentioned everything.
22. Actually, you mentioned that prior because I was talking about the series. You took over and explained the plot, so you already mentioned stuff prior.
22 is a great series. Great first outing for Rhea. Beasts are amazing, and okay, yes, I'm fully aware. Durog is only my favorite of that series because he was a semi-finalist in the New Generation tournament, and Nasepa got struck by lightning in the first round.
There you go. You mentioned something we didn't mention before.
Yay! I mentioned my own tournament. Nasepa got struck by lightning and died, so Durog had to take over and was, I would say, the underdog of, well, apart from Wardok, the underdog of the New Generation tournament. Would you agree? Right, 22, solid series, consistent, but Menux does pull it down. Anyway, moving on to number 2.
I've only 2 series left. I think I might know how it goes down, so.
3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. I think you kind of knew that was going to come. You kind of knew this was going to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, as soon as you revealed series 2, I was like, yes, I know that we got the tie now.
Well, those 2 series don't seem to have a change for me. So obviously, ever since I revealed 24 here, the last series that's missing is obvious.
Yeah, same for me, actually. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter who goes first. Then this one I get away.
Yeah. Okay, tell you what, I'll go first. I won't mention anything about the story, even though this is very tempting.
All I'll say about Morak is he's the Omnidroid of Beast Quest. If you want to correct me on that, go for it.
I completely agree. So Series 24 Beast-wise, Electro starts off very good. This is a great looking beast with low abilities, but weakest of the series, but still a good one. Fluga follows up. I've had my moment of where I thought Fluga can see. He can't. He's a sightless sliverer.
And he's gone. Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
is he back?
Yeah,
he's back.
Fluga, great design, great abilities and fight. Morax, semi-finalist of the New Generation Battle of Beasts, amazing. Krokol, I would argue the favorite to win of the New Generation. Yes, again, died in round 2. I'm starting to see a theme here. The overarching no, can't mention that part. Not mentioning it. Not mention it. I was about to say something about the story. Not saying.
Well, we did say mention spoilers. We're allowed to do spoilers.
No, but you're talking about the story. I'm talking about the beast.
Whatever.
I do need to say this is the most consistent series of Beast Quest when it comes to the beast, because all the beasts are great and they just keep getting better. And the inner conflicts of Krokol versus Tom in that final fight, and with Tanner, is a great add-on to what is the Cobra of the New Generation. And that's all I can really say, apart from Series 24 is probably going to remain as second best series to both of us.
Right then. Now it comes to my share of the cake. I'll just say this, to my perspective, Series 24 is probably the high point of the New Generation. Did anyone disagree with that? Did you freeze, Adam?
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
But as I was saying, this Series 24 is probably the high point of the New Generation. You agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree.
Right. Yeah. This is, of course, the fan series that I don't know if Beast Quest knew about this or whatever. If what ideas could we do that the fans have wanted? Well, so the fans have wanted an evil Tom. We've already had Solo. Let's do that. Well, the fans have also wanted Ellen and the Driver. Let's do that. Well, we've got this character called Daltech, and he hasn't got much stuff to do. Well, let's have him take down a beast. We need a good villain to make it awesome. Let's have a villain, let's have a beast that destroys kingdoms. What about the other three beasts? Well, we'll have a skeleton, electrical bird. You got a shrimp here, I know, but it's a badass shrimp that's nearly as strong as water. Okay, what about the third beast? Oh, it's a pangolin. Well, oh, it doesn't seem to reverse it. What if I could tell you it destroys most of the beasts in Battle of the Beasts? Yeah,
they're also made with the blood of Crocodile, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, this is awesome. This series has everything you need. Electro is a very interesting starter book because like it's hard to beat skeleton beasts at this point. Is
I'm starting to see a theme here.
Is what it is, and it took Eleanor to take it down. Delta gets a moment to shine. You really ever get to see the wizard take care of the beast, and yeah, it's a shrimp beast, but the fact the beast is so effective and the character is so effective, awesome. Morax, I have said everything that needs to be said on the creature, and so have you. It is the armored droid of beast, but it is if Wardark didn't exist and other beast that didn't happen, this might have won because if we didn't have these creative beasts and Beast Quest is all simplistic, Mormax might have come out on top. But overall, he is awesome. I can't deny that anymore than it has to be. Crocodile, Kingdom Destroying Beast, awesome on its own right. And of course, Tom being evil. Each phase of the story, it's not the same thing. This is like the Green with Evil from Power Rangers. Because in Green with Evil Power Rangers, whenever you have an evil character corrupted by darkness, you can't keep doing the same thing. He's evil, he fights the hero, move on, repeat the process several times. Nothing really accomplishes it. When you do this, they did this with and I'll also mention this with the next series I'm going to bring up as well. Whenever you do the evil corruption thing, you have to also establish that there's some kind of change in there. And each progression, you see that lightness of Tom. He's probably battling his darkness inside him. Rhea, awesome villain, she mind controls Tom and takes him on this journey. I don't know what her overall plan was, but if it was to get out Crocodile, that's kind of fucked up to do, Rhea, that you sent this creature out to destroy all the kingdoms just to get, what, payback? That's kind of fucked up, I guess, but okay. Or because of that whole fleet. Well, for us, because I think it was more like less about her father. Why don't you ruin my plan? So I'm going to destroy the whole kingdom. Since they can't pillage that kingdom, I'm going to destroy.
To be fair, both her plans had catastrophic results if they succeeded.
And I think Crocodile did turn on Rhea.
Eventually.
So what did she expect was going to happen? It was very stupid, but whatever. Crocodile turns on Rhea, and that whole conflict with him in the head is awesome. To see that Tano had a bit of a dark side and all this stuff, and that he can be the this is what ticks me off, and ever since after 24, Tom, you feel like Tom is such a well developed. This is like the peak of his development. He's finally become evil, faced the greatest source of darkness probably in his life. Gets tempted by again with Gargantua. You think this is the peak of his development, and that he's going to end on a good note. But no, he goes back to square one with a new protector show up because he's so prideful and everything. Okay, I understand. Like, he's gotten to this point where he's beaten the great darkness. He doesn't want this darkness to happen to others. I get that. He's been through it. But don't put all the weight on your shoulders, dude. You should have come to Series 24 actually showed him that he needed the help from his allies, Elena, Daltek, and whoever else was there that he had to get done. Even that little kid, where Morax was about to charge, Tom had to risk his life to save this kid. Not because, like, hey, this, I can make a difference. But bear in mind, this kid could make a difference one day. So that's what I took from that scene.
That kid was a baby monkey.
Well, that kid could be an awesome monkey in the future. I've said all I need to say on this series. It is what fans have been wanting. There's something here for everyone. If the girls want something, you've got a strong female lead. You've got your hero possessed by darkness for the boys, which sounds badass on its own right. Rhea is an awesome villain. There's not much to be said. I think name one flaw of this series. I would like to try you that. I can't think of anything.
Electro's abilities aren't that great.
The only thing I've got is that Rhea is stupid thinking that this plan will work.
I mean, it technically did.
Well, yeah, she got evil. If you're going to release something of greater power than you, what do you think's most likely going to happen?
You shall listen to me. Yeah, no.
I'm stronger than you. I destroy kingdoms. Anyway,
Right.
have any one book
On
series
that
left?
note,
Yeah. So I think you've already set your piece of
right.
before, so yeah.
Yeah. Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
And of course, 5, yeah, 7. And you got. I was wondering about 7. Was like, why is Beastwise? Okay, actually, you've already explained why prior, so I already know the answer. Who's first?
Technically you are, but do you want me to go first so you can finish out the live stream?
I don't mind who goes first.
Okay. You can go first then.
Cutie pie. Right, series 5. No question why it should be this high. It is my favorite series. It still is. I know 24 is very awesome, and I've said this in my original review with my original ranking of this, and I'll stand by it. Why I put 5 over 24 mainly, and that is because it's the first time, or probably the best time anyway, we've seen Tom lose. He does lose for once. Tom doesn't and I wish some series did this more often, because the thing about it, after this, does Tom really lose a series? I can't think so. Even
Well,
24, he won.
the start of 23 he lost.
Yeah, but at the end of that series, he still won.
Yeah. I can't think of any others, no.
So this is probably the what makes it very rare that he does lose, and that's kind of a really thing. You want your hero to lose? Actually, yeah, I think I do, because the hero doesn't have to always win. If the heroes always win, he's either A, gonna get cocky about himself, or B, you're like, well, there doesn't really seem much stakes here. But it's what it is. You need this type of tension. You need these stakes. You need these types of plots. And this is me coming from a writing point of view, because I know how much I take writing well. You need these things to happen in order for there to be any sort of stakes involved. If you don't have it, it makes Beast Quest kind of predictable. And that's why I appreciate they're still trying to, at the very least, they do it with the Beast, where they give us new things. It's not as they do kind of, on a story point of view nowadays, they are going back to the old formula, like we don't know what the fuck to do. But back then, when they put their hearts into it, it's awesome. I enjoy this series. Of course, it's about Tom going to face a new kingdom, Wildor, and it is about a new wizard called Velmouth, who is in a way the opposite of what Malvel is. And his goal is Malvel's goal is he wants to rule the kingdoms and all that and gain the power, whereas Velmal's goal is essentially a Pokemon type character. He wants to be the very best.
I know
Go
what
ahead
a
for that.
number was.
He wants to be the most powerful being ever. And of course, he sucks at getting that power, just like Malvel does. So is what it is. But he is very manipulative, how he's able to use Freyr to get leverage to get Tom, which if he had just kept Freyr around, then he could have gotten that power more closely. And he makes a mistake again in 15, but what the hell does he do? So there's that for you. Freya, of course, is a good henchman woman. The mystery about her, that she makes a good rival for Tom in the fights, and you wonder what's going on here. It also kind of makes Tom's dad kind of a suspicious. Why are you being so shady to me, Dad? Because I don't want to tell you about. I don't understand why he doesn't want to tell him that Freya is his mother. Maybe he's scared that he won't kill his mother. Or what did you expect to do?
I
I
think
know.
he
I
will.
mean,
I think he will just try to get through to her to be like, "Hey, you love me and your son."
that'll work. Sure, why not? That's what it is. Rock, he is. I know he's not the best beast in the world, but he's a golem, and golems are dull, yeah, but they are tough to take down because they can just regenerate their rocks or reform themselves, so that makes them challenging. Crab, he is not the best beast, but as he progresses through the series, he grows to be more not the most boring beast, shall we say? He's better than Strito, tell you that. Hawkeye, beautiful, majestic, and of course poses a great challenge for Tom. I agree with Jack Griffin on those notes of that. It's nice to see. I'm always down for new things when I like to see something new. Where we have a beast captured, but it does make Cola kind of weak. But here's the thing: since Freya is the mistress, right, of these beasts, how do we know that it wasn't a setup? Could have been. Just saying. I'm just trying to defend you because I know you didn't like how Cola was. But if it was put in a situation where Freya manipulated the situation that Cola was captured, would that help cushion the blow?
Yeah, but at least one of those villagers be like, "Oh, that is too easy. This was too easy." something's going on.
Yeah, maybe. Because like it's a bit confusing that Colors they take the beast to a in the middle of the town square. That's stupid. But what it is. Tremor, a non-stop killing machine, I would say. Another good beast that provides challenge. And then, of course, Amictus, the original Vespic, protecting her eggs, awesome. Each story felt, and of course, each story does feel like a general progression of this plot. They're introduced to Freya in book 1. She becomes a formidable rival in book 2. You get a bit of a hint of what's going on with her in book 3. Book 4, bit of struggling conflict there going on with like what's she doing, going back and forth and all that. And then by 5, you find out what the truth is. And then 6, you have that dramatic blow. You can't save your mother, and damn. And if Beast Quest ended on that note and was cancelled after that, how would you feel?
I would be like, wait, you can't do that. No. Come back. Come back.
No,
Finish the story.
Also, we've got to comment there. Where do you guys find the books online or in stores? You actually can find them on Amazon, depending where you live. If you find them, and if you live in America, you can probably find them for a more expensive price, I would assume.
I'd assume probably $6 in America a book.
Yeah, eBay or Amazon is your best bet. Personally, I would say Amazon is probably your best bet because it all depends on how the quality of those books were. Because I remember buying a racks from eBay, and that book turned to be stolen from a library.
Yeah, and for me, each book was £5. From series 1 to 9, I bought in W.H. Smith back in the day when they were sold in W.H. Smith. Some books are sold there now. And every other one I bought either pre-owned for cheaper than its usual price or pre-order price, which is slightly more expensive.
So there it is, guys. We've officially ranked 30 series. Yeah.
You didn't let me talk about series 7.
Of course I didn't. I know I forgot something.
No, that's not nice. Right.
Carry on.
Story-wise, to me, it's a great story, and whilst I need to respect Luke's opinion, I think it's wrong. I'm sorry, I know it's wrong. Beast-wise, Convul is better than Komodo. I don't know why you keep thinking that, but I don't know why you keep thinking I think opposite, but no, Convul is better than Komodo.
I respect your opinion. That's the best I can give you.
Convul is better than Komodo. That's what I'm trying to say. Hellion is the weak point, but
you're saying Convul is better than Komodo?
Yes.
I guess it's because I got resentment on that fight, though.
I've been saying that for the past year.
I'm sorry about that part.
Yeah. Hellion, is the weak point, but I'm starting to grow on him a bit.
See?
Crestal, the runner-up of the original series of Battle of the Beasts. Brilliant beast, fantastic, and the book actually made a cameo in the Horrid Henry movie of all places.
What the hell?
Madara, the best inside joke I've had on this channel, which I have not done in ages and probably won't do again, but it was fun, and I grew appreciation for Madara because of that. Elik, to me, underrated. Like it has a lot of fans, but it's underrated because I haven't given it the attention it deserves. And then we got Carnivora. Best beast of this series, despite not being the strongest, I would argue it's the best for story purposes. It's got great abilities, great simplistic design, only protecting her cubs, and great fights against the beast and with the beast. Best finale of any book, if you ask me, except for maybe Proco. And the thing that pushes this past series 24, as this isn't the most consistent series, is that all these beasts were fought in the wrong terrain that they're not supposed to live in. And that's why I love it, because they adapt to their environment, which makes them, I would say, the advantage when it comes to the battlefields I give them in Battle of the Beasts, because I never give them the right environment unless I feel generous in Crestal's case. But with that, Series 7 is and always will be my favourite series because it was also my first series, hence the tattered cover at the top.
Ah,
Nostalgia wins, right?
why not? Well, congratulations, Beast Quest, for making 30 series and lasting so long.
Yeah.
Um, Round of applause, making it this far. I know that someone's actually said that I watched someone's video and they're like, well, they're making these Beast Quest books because they're so easy to make, really. So that's how they're just popping out. So that I mean, I kind of buy that. Like the writers aren't putting much effort into these stories anymore compared to how they were originally, and they just seem to we'll just make this, throw that out there, because
Yeah,
all
but
they
the
have to do
fact
is like,
yeah, but the fact that how they continue to be creative with the stories is still admirable to an extent.
yeah. Rarely do we ever get this. I mean, sometimes we get rehashes on stories, but there are some little few elements in there that make them interesting. And
Uh,
until Beast Quest stops making books, I don't really see a reason why I would keep it. Well, I know why. What if you run out of shelf space? What do we do then, Adam?
I don't know. Rank all the seasons again. Let's do it
I
again.
am not. Yeah, or ask you, what if it comes to 100 ranking of 100?
If it comes to the ranking of 100, we have to do it in two separate parts because
Yeah, we can't keep rank,
this took 2 hours and 45 minutes.
and no one's gonna think we're hoarding books.
Not at all. No.
Yeah, your family's okay with it. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. But overall, congratulations, Beast Quest, for making it 30 series. Do we get a new special yet, from what our knowledge?
We haven't got a new special yet, but until we do, I can't review Arcana or Bizarra, which, by the way, are great books, by the way. I just haven't been able to voice my opinion on them yet because I'm waiting for the next series, the special.
Well, it is what it is. So our reviews will come out for that. Battle of the Beast, it's not my fault. So just say that much. The videos are still coming out. You're still going to get Adam. You're still going to get what's there. Remember this. It's not about the editing. It's about Adam. That's what you guys came for originally. And I know I will get the editing done when I can. And Adam knows that. So there, I'll say my piece on it.
I'm now able to get back to Battle of the Beast now because some of these beasts, as you may know, are still left in the tournament. And I had to get their books out of the matchups just so I can use them.
I will say, sorry, I was going to say that while this is Battle of the Beast will be the last time you do the main tournament for a long, long time. I know that Adam and me and him talked about this, that if a new fight matchup comes up, it will be a solo request type thing, but as long as it hasn't been done before.
My plan for Battle of the Beast after this tournament is just do themed battles. So reptilian Battle of the Beast or watery battle. That's gonna drown a lot of people.
Well, I'll make sure I get involved with those.
Or Beast Force in a separate terrain, Tom Fort in separate terrains, or maybe Beasts from odd number seasons. I don't know. I would accept ideas if you like.
If anybody would say, if I had to say, what would I say the price? If someone had to buy if you had in your, well, we both do it technically. If we, for a person who owns the entire Beast Quest books up to this point, if you had to put a price on it, how much it would be worth, Adam?
Well, assuming all these books are in pristine condition, the main series comes down to £5 a book, and special £6 a book. That's over $1,000. So probably
over 1,000.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a. Hold on. No, that's a bit off. I would say, as a rough estimate, £900 to £1,000.
Damn, you could make a lot of money off that, couldn't you?
Yeah,
But you're not going to sell them away.
I'm not giving them away. They're mine.
Yeah, correct. But I'm very thankful I've really sparked your love for Battle of the Beast so long.
Well, you re-sparked my interest with Beast Quest because I had all the books up to Ursus before I saw your channel. My favorite then was Vespic, followed by Carnivora. Now it's Carnivora.
I'm happy to do that.
But yeah, coming across your channel, if I didn't come across your channel, I would not be holding these in my hands right now.
Well, I'm glad to. I am glad to have met you, Adam. We are good friends. We are best friends. I know I was going to say good friends, but no, we're best because of this whole thing, and I will always cherish you as well. Don't get all sappy. I still I'll still pick on you when I can. Nothing
You're the one
major
that's
though.
getting sappy.
What?
You're the one that's getting sappy.
I ain't getting sappy. Do I look like I have a secret emotional side?
You said that you're getting that you appreciate the fact that we are doing this.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. Bear in mind for the how long? What's our timer? I didn't see it.
2 hours and 50 minutes nearly.
Is this our longest Beast Quest video? Maybe.
Yes, it is. But something that I do need to mention, since I don't know, since our 28th spot ranking, my dinner actually came in, so I've been eating it every now and then.
How long has it been there?
It's been there for nearly 2 hours.
It's cold as shit. Adam, you didn't. First of all, you didn't even tell us this. Second of all, if you mentioned this prior, you're going to eat it on. I don't know how you're going to sort it. Whatever.
I did. I tried to eat some of it off by hand. I was like this, and then I come back like this.
So either A, this video got so interesting you forgot all about it, or you didn't know what to do.
I didn't want to keep eating on camera, so I was like, yeah, I'll just wait.
I'm sorry about your meal, man. I hope you get yourself. Well, hey, I know you're a cook and you're sort yourself out. Comments.
Yeah,
Had a blast listening to you guys talking. I hope to see you. I hope to see when our next ranking. Okay, that's a good thing to talk about. When will our next ranking of these books would come to play for the main series?
Series 40.
I'll go to 50 to round a nice number.
Yeah, but come on, there's more chance than it gets into Series 40 than 50 because we need to take into account how successful the next seasons might be.
Yeah, so fine, 40. I'm never gonna do it all over again. Last time I ranked this series, I had up to 24. This time I did it for 30. So
yeah, last time I ranked this series, it only came to half an hour long.
Whose idea was this series ranking? As in overall, oh, I hate him. I'm allowed to hate him. Yeah, but he probably agreed to a certain point. Whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I've enjoyed this video despite my complaining, and I'm sure Adam's enjoyed this video too. I'm going to end it here because I've got to eat, and so does he. I'm going to sort myself out. He's wrecked my bookshelf because of this project, but that's my own fault as well.
Well, my bookshelf's not been wrecked, so.
No worries. Best luck with Battle of the Beast, however it comes out. After the main series, I will not be doing editing. No, after this tournament, I won't be doing editing for a long time because I think Adam will at least be fair in that. If I do manage to do this tournament, he should at least respect the fact that, hey, he's done the big tournament, let him have a break. If you want to do the other tournaments, go for it. But just give me some space, please.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll get your break when you finish it.
Yeah, when is a good question, actually. But then again, I've got my life, and it's a big thing. But yeah, that's enough saying there. Thank you for watching. With that being said, I'm going to end it off with this note, and that is what's coming up on our channels. Me, Lego Customs, whenever I get the chance, and of course my YouTube project whenever I get it out.
Yeah. For me, it's obviously Battle of the Beast and whatever else I decide to do. Probably Hell's Kitchen related stuff because I've been binging that like no tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'll end it on this note, and that is, if anyone is watching this video and you haven't read Battle of Beast Quest, and what would we, for new viewers, what shall we say, Adam?
Start with Series 1 and then prepare for disappointment when you get into the later seasons.
It is worth reading, I would say that. If you're a bit, into it, you see it in the corner of your eye, give it a read. What's the big deal? Read one book could change your life experience. That's all I'll say.
If there's one book that we'd recommend, obviously we'll recommend Furno, but out of all of them, I'm going to need to recommend Mortax, because Mortax, you would read it, you'll love it, you'll want to read more.
Yeah. Beast Quest is an awesome series. I am so happy it's got a PS4 game, but it's probably a weird thing to say. I don't think I would maybe play it, but whatever. It's still nice that the Beast Quest franchise is slowly, in a way, coming to the modern age, and I appreciate that. So there's that for you. With that being said, I'm going to end this video. We've been on for nearly 3 hours, probably 3 hours at this point. Timer.
2 hours, 53 minutes.
And we are not going to make it to 3 hours. This is not Titanic movie length. We are not doing that. So that being said,
see ya.
With that being said, I'll see you next time. And for me, Madam, peace out.